can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of...
The Ryerson Family Backyard Games. There will be obstacles to face and challenges.
Residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Former Health Yeah! Enroll by December 15th and you could qualify for quality health insurance starting at $0 a month.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 5A state semifinals here on IdahoSports.com. Lucas Gephardt and Ryan Luke bringing you live coverage of this one tonight in IdahoSports.com. GameStream production of the 2022 Idaho State High School Football Playoffs. It's brought to you by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, and also brought to you in part by Valleywide Cooperative and your local Toyota dealers. Several local advertisers on board with us tonight. We'll hear from them as we go along tonight. But now we'll start with both of these two teams. As Ryan, they come into this one, we expect this one to be a pretty good one. Rocky has been a state title favorite really from the preseason on. Rigby, some ups and downs throughout the season, but here they are making their second trip over to the Treasure Valley in consecutive weeks.
Yeah, and Rigby, you say ups and downs, but it's been mostly ups, and the downs were just kind of, we'll call them stumbles. They weren't necessarily even downs. So Rigby's coming in. They're a hot team. They've been playing really well. They put it together towards the end of the season. They did lose to Highland and ended up losing their region or the conference over there. But other than that, they played a really tough American Fork team from Utah. And ultimately, at the end of the day, here they are in the semifinals playing a really good Rocky Mountain football team.
Yeah, getting ready for the national anthem here at Rocky. But when we come back, we have the 5A state semifinals live and free here on IdahoSports.com. Kickoff coming up after this.
There's a change in the air in eastern Idaho, and right now we're celebrating the grand opening of the new Liberty GMC in Rexburg with an outstanding inventory of new and used GMCs. You'll celebrate too with discounts up to $3,500 on an awesome selection of new and used GMC vehicles. See dealer for details. Plus, you'll enjoy Liberty at the pump because we're giving away $500 gas cards with every new vehicle sold. And due to popular demand, we're offering the famous Warranty Forever on every qualified new and used vehicle we sell. Some exclusions apply. See dealer for details. Warranty Forever means a lifetime warranty on engine, transmission, and drive axle components as long as you own the vehicle. It doesn't matter if you're young or old, or really young, or really old. Here in Idaho, we love our Liberty. Come and see us today at the new Liberty GMC in Rexburg with Warranty Forever. Remember, GMC exit 333. Liberty GMC in Rexburg, formerly John Adams GMC.
Valleywide Cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Dear gas prices, go take a hike. Toyota is the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. Think you can stand in my way? We got this. Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Back here in Meridian, Idaho, it's the 5A state semifinals here on IdahoSports.com. Lucas Gebhardt and Ryan Luke bringing you coverage of this one tonight. We have several power boosters we want to thank as both teams take the field towards the RM logo there at center for the coin toss. I want to thank Idaho Drug, Teton Auto Group, MVP Rentals, Eckerson Funeral Chapel, Anytime Fitness in Rigby, Upper Valley Orthopedics. Those are the power boosters out of Rigby, out of Rocky here in Meridian. We have the College of Western Idaho, Meridian Plumbing, Beehive Credit Union, and Evade Pest Management. So as we look at these two teams, Rocky entering tonight with a 10-1 overall record, Rigby 9-2, both with some pretty convincing wins last week in the state quarterfinals. Rocky had to go up north to Post Falls, kind of a grinded out type of win for them. They relied on the defense a little bit, relied on the ground game quite a bit. Art Williams, the Rocky running back, 25 carries in that one, or 28 carries in that one last week, 143 on the ground, a couple touchdowns as well.
Yeah, and we talked about all along this Rocky Mountain team has been based on a couple of things. But one thing that we have, they consistently play big front up. You know, they're big in the trenches and they're up front. And they push people around, and then they're game breakers and they'll hit some big plays. But one thing that we really didn't recognize was their ability to stay in those tight, close games and grind it out with some of those teams that do play physical football up front. And that's just because they really hadn't got a chance. They played Meridian, ended up losing that game, which is that type of team. But outside of that, everybody else runs a spread offense or whatever. Right. Post Falls, it was that kind of team. And we saw what Rocky Mountain really brought to the table, which is they are physical. They'll hand the ball off when needs be. They weren't overly aggressive on the pass game, and they relied a lot on defense. And you see it by blanking Post Falls, a good Post Falls football team. And here they are in the semifinals playing a really, really good Rigby football team.
Yeah. Rigby is going to get the ball first as Rocky won the toss, elected to defer. So Rigby will get the ball first, led by head coach Armando Gonzalez. Their junior quarterback, Luke Flowers, as well, but it'll be Rocky who gets the ball first in this one. Rigby wearing their visiting uniforms, so we have white jerseys, the crimson pants with crimson numbers and crimson helmets. Rocky tonight in their all purples. Purple uniforms, purple pants, black helmets, white numbers. Rigby kicking off from right to left as they have this thing teed up between the hash marks. Ben Witherspoon will kick it off for the Trojans. Has this thing teed up, and we're underway here from Rocky. Bringing this one out from the 6 is going to be Likely, and he's all the way out to the 40. A great return for the Grizz to start things out. That's where the offense will start at their own 40. So here comes the Rocky offense for the first time tonight, an offense averaging 36.5 a game.
Yeah, 36.5. And Troy Wilkie, he's kind of one of those versatile guys on the kick return, read his blocks well, and that's one thing that you're going to see out of the Rocky Mountain football team. Very well-disciplined football team on a lot of aspects, and they set that return up really well to give themselves good starting field position. That's a shot in the arm to start against a good physical defense, and we'll see how well they move the ball against them on this drive.
Tegan Sweeney, the quarterback for Rocky, in the pistol set. He'll throw on first down. Jump ball down the near side, climbing the ladder. He got it, C.J. Jacobson.
Yeah, C.J. Jacobson, this big 6'5", 230-pound wide receiver / tight end, going to the University of Utah, and that's exactly the type of play they've run to him all year long. Those high balls going over against a smaller defender. It was a back shoulder throw, and they let him go up and get it, and he wins those balls 75 to 85% of the time.
Yeah, Jacobson, that was just a 50-50 jump ball down the near sideline. He went up and got it. 1st and 10 Grizz. They're now in Trojan territory at the 38. Pistol set once again here for Rocky, 1st and 10. Art Williams, the deep back here for the Grizz. Now he's flanked out wide left. Empty backfield, Grizz going to the air again. They hit another one, but he dropped it. They went for Luke Lucchini that time. He had a step on the receiver. We'll see. They're going to rule this a fumble. They're ruling that Lucchini caught the ball, made a football move, and fumbled it. So it's going to be Rigby ball at the 10.
Yeah, and that's a tough one to see because his back was to us. To me, it looked like he hit the ground, which caused the fumble. But I mean, if you're going to punt, you punt it deep into their own territory. It's terrible because they have these guys dialed up. You can see offensively they've scouted them really well. Lucchini is the game breaker on this Rocky offense. He ran the seam route, just a little skinny post, ran in between the defenders, and he was going to the ground. Honestly, it looked like that ground caused the fumble.
Either way, 1st and 10, Rigby. Now Trojans working from their own 10. Quarterback for Rigby, Luke Flowers, junior quarterback. He's a gunslinger. Rigby will throw on 1st down. There they come, near side, pass caught, and this is going to be a pickup of about 15. It's just a quick sling pass to Cade Steffler, the junior, and Rigby is on the move.
Yeah, Steffler ran an out and up on that time, and the defensive back, the cornerback on the near side of the field, bit on the out, and then as soon as he turned, he threw that. That was a well-timed play, and he hit him on the up move.
So far, 3 plays from scrimmage. Both teams going to their go-to guys. All 3 have worked for the most part. Lucchini, the fumble, which gave Rigby the ball. They now sit at the 25. Flowers in the shotgun, the give. He's going to keep, actually, on the read option. Flowers still on his feet, down to the 35. This will be close to another Rigby 1st down.
Yeah, Rigby 1st down. And Rigby's not afraid to run the ball, but they do it a little bit different than most teams. They'll put 5 receivers out there, and you have to count the quarterback as a running back. He will take off. He will use his legs. Not a big kid, but he's willing to take some hits in the backfield.
So 1st and 10 now for Rigby. This drive started back at the 10. Now Flowers and company have it up to the 35. Sitting on the left hash. Sweeney directing traffic on this 1st and 10. A minute gone in the 1st quarter. Shotgun set. They go back to the ground. This time it's going to be the 1st carry for the running back as Lucas McCoy has a couple yards there on 1st down.
Yeah, McCoy didn't want to go down, but the big defensive lineman from Rocky, and I believe he's this kid Stedman, the Air Force commit, came up and read him and hit him in the hole. What you're going to see, too, is you're going to see a very athletic defensive line from Rocky. Not overly huge. I mean, they're big. They average 230 across the front, but they're going to go ahead and get a lot of movement, hit holes, and cause the Rigby offensive line to somewhat chase them down for blocks.
Empty set on 1st down. Throwing again. Pass complete. This is Steffler once again. Gain of about 5. So just a quick out there for Rigby. 5 yards and out for Steffler. They pick it up. Now it's 2nd down and 5.
That was an interesting route because they ran the first receiver. He ran the out and up, and he cleared out the defensive back. Steffler followed him on just an out, and that was a very well-designed play. They got the ball to him over on the sidelines with the defender very far in the defensive backfield having to come up and make the tackle.
Apologize. 3rd down. It's 3rd and 4 from the 41. Empty set, 5 receivers in the set for Flowers. Plenty of time to throw. Pass over the middle, in traffic, and caught. Steffler again, 1st down, Rigby to the 45.
That was a 2-man pass rush. Cade Stedman was in a 2-point stance. He feigned like he was going to rush, and then he dropped back. And the quarterback from Rigby literally threw it the only place where there wasn't a defender on the Rocky team. They rushed 2 and dropped 9. I haven't seen that since Hail Mary time on any play.
Yeah. Rigby, this offense looking good so far. 1st and 10 now from the 46. 9.5 to play 1st quarter. Flowers going under center on this 1st down play from their own 46. Man in motion, that's Parker. They go back on the ground. Ball popped out for Gamino. Sam Gamino, the senior running back, he's able to re-corral it. That ball popped out for a moment. Gamino got it back, but they still lose a couple.
Yeah, cold weather, cold ball. Tough to hold on to that. It doesn't matter if there's any rain or snow out here. When it's cold, tough to get a hold of that thing. Now, one thing you did see there is that Rigby did go under center, and they will do that from time to time. They leave a man really deep in the backfield. They run the 21 set where they have 2 tight ends, 1 back, and they'll run a lot of counters or off tackles off of that, and they did that on that time. It's going to be tough to get a lot of yards because Rocky does get good penetration.
Trips right. They're going to throw a screen pass. This one caught by Bevan Larson. Not much, just a couple yards to the 45. 3rd and long coming up for Rigby.
Yeah, Rocky sniffed that out. They sent a man there. They were man across the board, and the defender, was it Wilkie or who made the tackle on that one? Anyway, he was able to read through the block on that one and able to come up with a good stop.
3rd down and 11 now. 9 minutes to go first quarter. Rigby taking their time getting this play in as they want to have the right one here on 3rd and 11 from their own 45.
Big play right here. If you can flip the ball again, Rocky, get the ball back. This is where you can make a statement on Rigby's side.
Flowers empty set here on 3rd down. 5 receivers in the set. Trips left, twins right. As Flowers will throw. Steps up in the pocket. Flowers running out of time. Throws one down the far sideline. Incomplete. Too tall for Gamino. And a 4th down punt situation coming up for the Trojans.
Ooh, and he had him too. Gamino leaked out and was on the sideline. Unfortunately, he was trying to throw on the run, and Gamino had just leaked up. And Gamino's not the tallest guy on the field. Threw it over his head. Well, it looks like they may be going for it. We'll see. They will do the fake drop where the quarterback will drop back for the punt on this one also. They'll fake like they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, as of now, lined up to go for it from their own 45 on the right hash. Flowers a hard count, now stops and looks towards the sideline, now jogging towards the sideline. Out towards the numbers, gets a play from the coaching staff, now he comes back. Still lined up as if they're going to go for it. Running out of time on the play clock, they have to be. And whistles and no signal. We'll see what we're waiting for some sort of signal and a delay a game on Rigby. There we go.
Yeah, and they don't mind that either. It's five yards in the middle of the field, and see if they can confuse the Rocky defense, maybe force them into a jump off sides and make it a manageable. Well, I mean, it's 4th and 15.
Yeah, so 4th and long now. Now Rigby is in the punt formation. Wilkie back deep to receive the punt. Punts cleanly away. Wilkie will let this one bounce at the 30. Takes it off a hop here. He comes down the near side now and taken down at the 28. I think this time to welcome in our local sponsors tonight. Want to thank Fall River Propane, which has served the Upper Valley as well as the Island Park area with the highest quality, hottest burning propane at competitive prices. Our industry-trained and certified service staff offers more than 70 years of experience. Fall River Propane Services has all makes and models of propane fireplaces and stoves. Fall River Propane is your full-service propane provider for homes and businesses. Check them out online, fallriverpropane.com, or call them anytime, 800-632-5726. Fall River Propane, experience the difference. So 1st and 10 for the Grizz now. Throwing is Sweeney over the middle. Pass incomplete. Rocky looking for flags. There are none. In coverage for Rigby was Falavai.
Yeah, that was a he had really tight coverage on him on that time, but he didn't get called for, and that's what happens. The big thing so far that I've seen is that Rocky, he's the quarterback standing back there, and his jersey is absolutely clean. He's not taking any hits. The pocket is very clean. Rigby's only rushing 4 players, a 4-down lineman. They have not blitzed to this point yet. I mean, granted, this is the 3rd play.
Yeah, 2nd down and 10. They're going to go play action screen pass. It's going to be caught as this is a receiver for Rocky, as that was Luke Hanchett, the tight end on the reception. His first of the night brings up a 3rd down and about 5 as they pick up 6 on 2nd down.
Yeah, Luke Hanchett, he's a load, and he's one of those H-back type receivers, backs that come out of the backfield. He is a big, important part of the running game. He'll block on the outside, but he also has really good hands if he gets in space. He's a load to bring down. It takes 2 or 3 guys generally to bring him down.
Yeah, Hanchett listed on the roster, 6'2", 230, the senior. So 3rd down now for Rocky. It's 3rd and 2 from their own 37. Sweeney in the pistol set. Rocky student section making some noise on 3rd down. They go to the ground. Sweeney keeping left side. Sweeney is going to be stuffed at the line of scrimmage. The Rigby defense pursuing the Rocky quarterback that time, and it's 4th down.
Really well done. Like you mentioned, good pursuit from the linebackers. They came up and they met him head on in the hole. Sweeney put his head down, tried to get over the 1st down line, but I think that was number 6 for the Rigby Trojans, and that would have been Connor Nading. The linebacker came in and met him head on right in the hole.
Brock Klinger back deep to receive the punt for Rigby. Under 7 minutes to play first quarter as the Grizz line up in punt formation. It's a 4th and 2 from their own 37 on the far hash. Punt gets cleanly away. It's a high one, spiraling kick. And a fair catch called for at the 33. Want to thank Idaho Drug in Rigby, a traditional pharmacy since 1947 where health is their priority. Whether you need a prescription refilled on their mobile app or a gift for that special someone, visit Idaho Drug at 139 East Main Street for all your pharmacy and drugstore needs. They offer free delivery as well. Idaho Drug is a proud supporter of Rigby Athletics. They wish the boys good luck tonight.
Yeah, so far we're seeing a couple of heavyweights taking big punches, and both teams, both defenses are absorbing those massive punches. And these are very potent offenses, mind you. These are teams that can score points in a hurry, and these defenses both have stepped right up.
A swing pass on first down. It's going to be caught. And still on his feet, the running back there for Rigby is a running back swing pass. It's going to be a first down for Rigby. That was Peyton Klinger, the junior, on the reception. They motioned him out to the flat and then just threw it to him, and Klinger did the rest with a first down.
Yeah, spun away from one tackle, spun away from two tackles, able to pick up good yardage on that, but he had really good blocking downfield. He made the first man miss, who had a clean shot at him. After that, he was able to pick up the yardage after the initial contact.
So 1st and 10 from the 44 now for Rigby. Twins right, single left. Flowers to throw. Flowers has time, throws this one far side. Pass caught. Scheffler, Braden Packer on the reception. So he's close to another first down. Once again, this Rigby offense, a couple plays to jumpstart the drive, and they're on the move in Rocky territory now.
Yeah, and the ball went to the far hash, and generally speaking, you'll drop your far corner at least 10, 15 yards off the ball, knowing that that ball is going to take a while to get there. The quarterback was able to put it there on a timing route, which negates that drop that you're going to give as the defensive back.
2nd and 2, pistol set for Rigby now. The running back, Sam Gamino, the senior, in the pistol, trips left on 2nd and 2. They go to Gamino, straight up the middle, first down, barrels his way through the first wave of defenders, brought down at the 44. And that's just straight smash mouth football. Rocky's got some beef on the offensive and defensive line. Several Division I commits on this roster. Rigby went right after him that time.
Yeah, went right after him. And one of the things that I like is they run that. It's almost a read option, but it's a run read option where he puts it in his belly. He takes a couple steps with the running back and either hands it off or pulls it out. Smash mouth football says you go right at him, and if he sees something he likes on the edge, the quarterback keeps the ball and goes around the outside.
1st and 10 from the Rocky 42. Home run ball down the far side. Pass is caught and brought down at the 9. A big hitter for Rigby, and they're in the red zone.
That was absolutely spectacular. The defensive back had fantastic coverage on that, had his arm out there. I thought he was going to knock it down, but the receiver showed really strong hands in bringing it in.
Packer was on the reception. No huddle, straight back to the ground with Gamino on 1st and goal, straight ahead, picking up a couple. And with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, Rigby now threatening.
Yeah, and this is going to be yep.
Rigby caught Rocky in a substitution. It's going to be a Rigby touchdown. Sam Gamino straight ahead from about the 4. Rocky, it's either offsides, too many guys. Either way, Rigby's going to decline it, and the Trojans are on the board.
Rocky was trying to send in some more beef up front to bulk it up, the defensive line. And unfortunately, it just doesn't work. When they're running, if the offense doesn't substitute a player, the defense doesn't get the opportunity to substitute. Also, they ran with the same personnel, quick handoff up the middle, and it was lights out, touchdown, Rigby.
Witherspoon on for the point after. This Rigby offense looking good so far tonight. Extra point is up, and it is good. So your score, 7-0. Rigby with 4:57 to go in the first quarter. That was a flashy drive set up by the long pass play. Brady Parker went up and got one down the far sideline. Gamino capping it off, 7-0 Trojans.
Yeah, those quick hitters and those big hitters, chunk plays are what really hurt you, and especially when you just draped him and you had him covered like you were in his back pocket on defense, and they were still able to bring it in. They capitalized on the momentum, and Rigby scored on that one. The question now is and Rocky generally doesn't get down like this. They are a good team. They're very stalwart, and they're very what's the word I'm looking for? They are a good team. So we'll see if they respond properly on this next set of series The big thing is they got punched in the mouth really hard on this.
Yeah, they did.
And
the
defense generally doesn't give up plays like that. They are very, very fundamentally sound. And it trickled all the way down into the penalty on the scoring play when they tried to run people on the field. That just doesn't happen to Rocky.
Yeah. Well, I'll take this time to thank Jab Construction. They won't tell you you are in. Holy cow, let's try this again. I want to thank Jab Construction. They won't tell you they are the right choice. They will show it to you. There you go.
That's it.
As Rigby's #1 custom home builder, they are dedicated to honesty and communication to ensure your property is built the right way. When you use Jab Construction LLC, you not only get your dream home, you get a lasting professional relationship the way it should be. With decades of experience, let Jab Construction build the home of your dreams. They're excited to get to work, as well as they are excited about this score because they're big Trojan fans over there in Rigby. It's 7-0 as Rigby's kicking this one off from the 40. Squib kick as it goes straight into the arms of an up back there for Rocky. And so this is going to be good field position. Rigby may be trying something a little different there on the kickoff, but it's going to set the Grizz up a good field position.
Yeah, Seven Mironov, who caught that. He's a defensive lineman. He wears number 31. Thought about running it for a minute, and you saw his man coming in from the side yelling, "Get down, get down, get down." Great field position to kick this off. I expect Rocky to come out swinging. I mean, they have the plays, they have the matchups that they like on the outside. I fully expect them to move the ball down the field on this drive.
Yeah, this one looking like it might be an early classic 5A slugfest tonight. 7-0, 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Rocky back out on the field. This drive beginning at the 42. They begin on the ground with Art Williams, and Art Williams steps out of a tackle and stumbles his way to the 49, a pickup of about 6.
Yeah, and he was one man away from taking that to the house. He has breakaway speed when he gets into the open field, and he was high-stepping over. It looks like a man just got enough of his thigh pad. Art Williams, big pickup on first down.
They're going to mark him down at the 49 of Rocky. So ball sitting right at midfield on the left hash. 2nd down and 2, 4:25 to go first quarter. Pistol set for the Grizz. Man in motion coming from the near to the far side. That's Carson Adams. Sweeney to throw. Sweeney in trouble. Steps up in the pocket. Home run ball down the middle of the field. It's dropped. Lucchini had it in his hands, and it just dropped it.
Lucchini catches 9 out of 10 of those. Sweeney just threw it up and let his man run underneath it. The problem was he had to track it over his shoulder. Those are tough catches. Lucchini, he's been just recently offered a preferred walk on University of Washington. The team, Washington, really excited about his work ethic and his ability to get downfield. His great hands, just wasn't able to hold on to it that time.
So Lucchini will probably tell you he should have had that one. Also has the fumble earlier, but he's gotten free a couple times tonight.
Yes, he has.
3rd and 2 from the 49. Pistol set. Play action. Sweeney rolling near side, still looking. He's going to tuck it, and he's going to be stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Rocky's going to be short of the first down by about 2 yards, and that presents an interesting 4th down situation.
Yeah, you go for it, but it looks like they're going to punt. It's early on, obviously, and you can choose what you want to do, but that defense just got torched for a touchdown. And coach is electing, it looks like he's going to go ahead and punt. That's not a bad decision. I mean, that is the safe decision.
So it's going to send Parker Graham, the punt returner for Rigby, back to the 20 as Rocky brings on punt formation on 4th and 2. 3.5 to play first quarter. Snap a little high. Rocky gets it away, no problem.
Rough punt.
And it's not going to go very far at all. Comes to rest at the 40.
Yeah, those were, in hindsight's 2020, maybe you should have just gone for it at that point.
That punt went about 14 yards or so. We want to thank ProPet Fertilizer, an Envo-friendly product that reduces leaching. ProPet can help you replace your organic matter back into the soil. ProPet-bound nutrients releases when plants need them. Carbon 90 Plus binds nutrients and natural carbons of pest moss, encouraging steady plant growth for healthier turf with less mowing. ProPet is a great product for turf and other applications. You can use them on lawns, gardens, shrubs, and trees. ProPet wants to wish the Trojans good luck tonight at state.
Wow, big hit. So the quarterback took it, and it was just an easy kind of a swing route. Hit his running back out on the flat, and the defender, I think that was Troy Wilkie that came up and made the stick for no yards, no gains. By the way, it's Pro Pete. I know that's how to say. I was born in Eastern Idaho.
Hey,
That's
there you
right.
go.
Actually, they have really great products. I mean, they're really well known across the country.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 40 for Rigby at their own 40. Flowers looking to the sideline for the play call. Now we're ready to go. Trips left, Twins right. Empty set for Flowers. Quick throw, far side, pass is caught. Steffler, and he is out to the 45. So a 2nd and 10 makes a bit easier on 3rd down now as it's 3rd and 5.
Yeah, 3rd and 5. And, Rigby's done a really good job with their play calling. They've been diverse. They've kept it unpredictable. They have those underneath routes, short routes. They hit the out and up routes. They hit the deep balls. They've run it up the middle. They've been under center. They have showed a wide array of formations and play calling in this first quarter.
3rd and 4 from the 46. Flowers to throw. Here comes the pressure. Flowers delivers under pressure. Pass is caught at the 49. They'll be short of the 1st down by only about a yard or 2. On the reception, Zach Hawes.
Gosh, that's a foot short of the 1st down. And here they are under center again.
Yeah, they're going to go for it straight ahead, and they're going to get this 1st down by quite a bit. Flowers under center on the QB keeper from the 49 all the way out to about the 44.
It was just mean old-fashioned football, big boys in the middle, pushing the defensive line of Rocky around and getting up there. Quarterback just, what he does, the big key on that one is you just hide behind your center. You ride on the hip, and it's tough to get around the center, and everybody just kind of bundles in and pushes forward, especially when you outman them, outnumber them on the defensive line, the offensive line to defensive line. Very easy 1st down.
So 1st and 10 from the 43 now in Rocky territory. Under center once again is Flowers. Flowers giving a hard count, now sends a man in motion, and they give off to that man in motion. That's going to be Packer looking for somewhere to go. He's swallowed up in the backfield. Gage Tanner on the stop. A flag does fly, so we'll check out the penalty there on that 1st down run.
Yeah, and every time, that's a holding call. So every time that Rigby has run east-west or lateral, you see that athletic defensive line get penetration, and that disrupts any lateral movement. When Rigby has gone north-south, they have gotten big yards by overwhelming the interior of the Rocky defensive line.
The holding penalty is going to push him back to the 45. Update from the other state semifinal game going on tonight between Meridian and Mountain View. Meridian a 7-3 lead in the 1st quarter. Obviously, the winner of this game playing the winner of that game back here in the Treasure Valley next weekend. Likely it'll be Albertson Stadium.
It will be, regardless.
Will be.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
1st and 10, Flowers to throw. Plenty of time, goes over the middle, pass deflected and incomplete. Went in and out of the hands of Benedict on that 1st and long play. It was 1st and 22. Was looking for Benedict over the middle, tried to fit it into a tight window, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, and Troy Wilkie's just putting on a clinic over there from his defensive back position. There's another holding penalty, and they're just going to keep backing him up. But Troy Wilkie made a great play on that one. He waited till the ball got in his hands. He didn't come through the receiver. That's the penalty. But he waited till it got to his hands. Then he dragged his hands down and caused the ball to pop out on that post route, that skinny post route that the Rigby receiver ran.
Boy, this is going to be a 1st and 31 now for Rigby, all the way back to the 31. No, the 29, rather. A lot of work to do. Flowers to throw over the middle, pass sails over the head of his receiver, looking for Larson.
And that, I think we're going to continue to see more holding calls on the Rigby offensive line. Rocky's defensive line, like we said, they're not undersized, but they're very athletic, and they cause problems when they're moving around in front of those offensive linemen. A lot of holding calls, trying to get your hands on those guys, tends to be a little frustrating. So I'm not surprised to see this, but again, when the Rigby, when they run north-south, they've been able to just get pads on the defensive linemen and push them forward.
2nd and 36 now. Shotgun set for Flowers, Twins right, single left. Trying to put the man in motion as now he does. It's Packer. It's going to make trips right. Throwing, and this is going to be well over the head of Packer. It just tried to get into a screen pass there. This drive going from bad to worse for Rigby. Couple holding calls, and that one Not quite the way they drew that up in fall camp.
Not exactly. No, that was on the far side of the field. That's a really long throw. And we talked about it earlier. The defensive backs, the reason they throw that far is because the defensive back usually drops because it is such a long throw. Well, this time he read it. If he would have been reading the ball, that was a pick six. Yeah. He could have ran underneath that. Instead, he was reading the deceiver, which is the right call.
On 3rd and forever, Rigby is just going to run this one up the middle, well short of the first down. And that will do it for the first quarter, as Rigby is going to let the clock expire. So at the end of one, just a 7-0 lead. A lot of offense in this one, but only one touchdown. A Camino short touchdown run as we transition from the first to the second quarter. We'll thank Taylor Chevrolet, which is a proud supporter of Rigby Athletics. Taylor Chevrolet has been serving the Upper Valley for over 90 years with excellent service and a stellar sales team. Taylor Chevrolet is home for oil changes for life. That's right. Buy any car, new or used vehicle, and never worry about your oil again. Taylor Chevrolet is your Southwest Idaho auto leader with a wide selection of Chevrolet, Buick, Cadillac models. Come in today and get your vehicle. The oil changes for life. Stop by its Rexburg location. Visit www.taylorchevrolet.com. How about that? Oil changes for life.
Yeah, no, they're good folks over there. I've known them. I did a little bit of work with them in the past, but great folks over there. They do great customer service. Good. They are a great dealer. So a couple of updates here for you.
Yeah, this one down in the 4A level. Skyline, a 35-21 lead over Sandpoint. That one in the fourth quarter. Early kickoff there. Other 4A semifinal, Bishop Kelly and Minico. Bishop Kelly leading 14-0, that one in the first quarter. So Rigby punting this one away on 4th and 31. Punt gets cleanly away. Wilkie calling for the fair catch, makes it at the 32. So here comes the Rocky offense once again. Held scoreless through that first frame, but that doesn't mean that they haven't found a couple avenues that might work out for them. Like I said, Lucchini, he's got a drop and a fumble so far, but he's gotten loose a couple times.
Yeah, and he's going to be a difference continuing down the game, and you're going to continue seeing him targeted as they go forward throughout this game. And Rocky really has got to dig deep and show who they really are. Unfortunately, they've had some breaks or some balls that haven't bounced their way, but at this point, it's not that they're getting overwhelmed. They match up really well. They just haven't been able to execute completely from the beginning of the drive till the end of the drive.
This drive going to start on the ground. Art Williams, some room on the left side, makes a man miss, makes another one miss, and brought down right near the first down marker. Pick up a 9, ball popped out late. I think he was down. They do rule that he was down, but Williams, a nice pickup there on first down, had some room.
Yeah, Art Williams again. He'll make a guy miss in space, but he's also big and strong, and he's tough to bring down with arm tackles. So unless you get him squared up and get him wrapped up really well, those arm tackles aren't going to bring him down. He may be a difference, but he may be the difference here because I don't see Rigby continuing to handle the physicality of Art Williams and this offensive line through the duration of the game.
143 yards in the win last week at Post Falls. Back to Williams here on the ground. This one straight up the middle. Williams pushing his way forward to midfield. Another solid run for Williams. That's a first down run. Picks up another 6 or 7.
Good playoff teams figure out ways to win, and they tend to rediscover themselves as the playoffs go on. Rocky turning into somewhat of a power running team. I mean, Art Williams has always put up really good numbers. The Idaho committee is going to play good football there, but having to rely on him versus just a complimentary role, Rocky's not accustomed to this.
Rocky threw it just 8 times last week. Williams again on first down, and he's loose. All the way down to the 20. It's the Art Williams show, and he has another Rocky first down, and they're knocking on the door here in the red zone.
Yeah, knocking on the door, and you can see that it just happens with that big offensive line leaning on this defensive line and a very tough back to bring down. It was just a matter of time till you started seeing Rocky expose somewhat of a weakness, if you will. Not even a weakness. It's tough because Rocky does this to a lot of people. So this isn't a weakness. This is not a knock against Rigby. Rigby will adjust to this, but Rocky has discovered something that works for him.
And Rigby wants some time to catch their breath here. We want to thank Upper Valley Orthopedics and the Upper Snake River Valley. Renowned state-of-the-art orthopedic and sport medicine clinic. Their whole team of doctors are board-certified orthopedic surgeons treating all conditions: shoulder, elbow, hand, wrist, hip, knee, foot, ankle, head to toe, basically. And those are all sports-related injuries. That's what they can take care of. Call Upper Valley Orthopedics, 208-356-9550, or request one online at uppervalleyortho.com. Upper Valley Orthopedics, that's in Rexburg, proud supporters of Rigby Athletics. Also want to thank Anytime Fitness in Rigby. It's their best 24-hour fitness center. Be sure to visit their location in Rigby on Lake Drive. Get started today. Go Trojans from everyone at Anytime Fitness.
Yeah, and speaking of Go Trojans, we got to talk about Rigby. They are a resilient team, and they have been doing a great job of this all year. They adjust to what the defense is giving them. That timeout was because the coach saw something that they can do better, and I expect them now to maybe buckle down a little bit more and get some stops.
Brecken Albert, the running back. Now this is going to be Sweeney on a keeper. It was a read option. Sweeney going straight up the middle. Ground and pound here for Rocky. Another pickup of about 6, make it 8.
And that was a play out of the Rigby book, which is put the ball in his gut, run with the running back, pulled it out. He actually followed the running back through the hole on that one. That was a Rigby. They dialed up a Rigby special.
So this is a 2nd and 1 from the 11. Pistol set, trips right, back to, play action. Over the middle, pass caught. It'll be a first down. Penalty flag flies at the 10, away from the play. Pass was caught by Rigby.
That might be an illegal man downfield, if I'm not mistaken, because they ran the play action. Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
So ineligible man will negate the Rigby reception. Jaron Rigby, a junior, coming into this one. And this is a Rocky team that's, year after year after year, this is a program that finds itself at least in the state semifinals.
Yeah, they just build a winning culture. It just much like Rigby has done. They put themselves in a winning culture, created a winning culture. Recently, it wasn't that long ago that Rigby was kind of the laughingstock of Eastern Idaho, and nowadays they're laughing at everybody else. But Rocky doing the same thing in the Treasure Valley here on the western side of the state.
Yeah, this is Rocky's 8th state semifinal appearance in the last 9 years. Sweeney in trouble, pass caught over the middle, touchdown Rocky. Sweeney got it out when he was under pressure. Rigby finds him over the middle, and the Grizz have 6 on the board.
Sweeney made the right read on that one. His man, that was the hot route. That was the hot read. That man came out, the defender came off of the blitz, and he was wide open running across the middle. Whenever you see somebody flying in at you, you instantly look behind that person to see who's wide open. He found Rigby coming across the middle on a slant route for the touchdown.
11-yard touchdown reception for Rigby makes it 7-6. Now here comes the all-important point after. The snap, hold, and kick. All good here for Rocky. Dawson Anderson, extra point up and good, and we're tied at 7 here with 9:35 to go in the second quarter.
Boy, talk about fun football. This is exciting. Too big. We talk about a heavyweights slugging, trading punches up and down the field, and finding something that works for him. Rigby running north-south, figured something out. Rocky turned around, figured the same thing out on their side. Coaches adjusting. This is fantastic playoff football. This is exactly what you want. Big-time 5A high school football in Idaho.
Yeah, these are 2 5A heavyweights. You just look at who's won state championships. Going back to 2018, it's one of these 2 schools. Rocky won it back in 2018. Rigby winning it in 2019. They had to go through Rocky in the state semis to get to that state championship game. Rocky winning it again in 2020. Played Rigby in the state championship back in 2020. And then obviously the Trojans, the defending state champions, coming into this season.
So I'm looking over here on the sideline. We're on the near sideline, and Tegan Sweeney's down here watching replays of a couple of plays, and he is animated. He's talking to his team. He's talking to the coaches up here next to us in the booth. He sees something. He's seeing something that he wants, that he likes. On the flip side, I'm looking over on the far side of the field, and Rigby's doing the exact same thing. Their defense is setting up, watching the replays, seeing what they can find to make adjustments as this game goes on.
Anderson, end-over-end kick, is going to be brought out by Steffler. As he comes to the near side, Steffler trying to find the corner. Can't, pushed out at the 23.
Now, Rigby, I mean, it was an atrocious set of downs last time, and they were aided. I mean, they were hindered, actually. Rocky was aided, but they were hindered by a bunch of holding penalties. You have to clean it up and maybe go to what it works. So generally speaking, and I say they use that term a lot, but usually when that happens, you start going to some quick hitters. Don't give that time. Don't give time to the defensive line to get around you to cause those holding penalties. Go to some of those quick hitters, move it right up the middle, some of those out routes, slant routes, whatever they do best. Coach needs to make the adjustment here and get the Rigby team settled down and moving north-south. Actually, moving north. Let's say north.
Yeah.
Don't want to go south.
Yeah, Rigby moving from left to right. That would be the direction of north for them. Flowers, 1st and 10, throwing a screen pass. It's going to go in and out of the hands of the receiver. Just couldn't catch up with that one. Jace Benedict had to climb the ladder. Couldn't quite climb it high enough.
Yeah, Cade Stedman down. He's super important to this team. He's a long snapper, too, but he is not. He's hurt.
Now will they attend to Stedman?
Maybe it's a situation. You and I did the game, remember, with Meridian and Ryan Corder.
Yeah.
He got injured where he didn't.
He got hit in the no-no zone.
The no-no zone. They told him to don't grab it, don't do anything, don't say anything, just let it rub it, let it go.
Yeah, Stedman back up on his feet now. Looks to be okay. And if you're an Idaho homeowner but have fallen behind on your mortgage because of the COVID-19 pandemic, good news is help is available. The Idaho Homeowner Finance Fund can help you get back on track. Check your availability and apply today at idahohousing.com/HAF. idahohousing.com/HAF. Number you can also call 888-991-2166.
Yeah, Stedman limping over here. And like I said, he's an important part. He's one of their bigger defensive linemen. He plays a key role. He'll play that nose tackle.
And this is a play action for Rigby, and it's going to be a sack. Rocky's sacking the quarterback, Flowers, all the way back to the 20. It's a good play action. Camino sold it pretty well, but Flowers was the one that had the ball, and it's going to be a sack for Rocky, first of the night.
And the defensive lineman stayed home on that. That's play action or counters or anything. That's fundamental football. Somebody was meant to follow the quarterback, and they followed him, ended up in a sack situation. Now, as I'm looking at this, I said that, and I'm not saying that they haven't done we'll call it they haven't varied up the offense at this point, but it looks like Rocky has figured something out versus this Rigby offense.
3rd and 12. Rigby well behind the sticks here on 3rd down. Blitz coming on the edge. Pass is going to be caught by Steffler. He had to go climb the ladder. That partner, that's Braden Parker. And now there comes a flag.
I'm not really sure what they're going to call on that. He grabbed his shoulder pad.
Packer went up and got it. As of now, it's a 1st down. That was an impressive play from the Rigby offense. Flowers got popped as he let that one go, and Packer went up, climbed the ladder, made the catch. But it might all depend on what this flag is.
Yeah, there wasn't a flag in the backfield. I think that was going to be on them. The thing that I really liked about that is when Rocky came in, they blitzed on the outside. They sent the slot man on that. He was the one covering the same thing, the hot read. Who's open when you run one of those? And he was able to hit the receiver. Rigby quarterback was able to find the post man. His defender was the one. Okay, so it looks like it was on Rigby.
So it's an unsportsmanlike conduct on Rigby. The key is, was it after the play? A couple flags on the play. One of them got declined. There's a lot going on here. A lot to sort out.
I think they offset. I think there were 2 personal fouls that offset, which is unfortunate because that was a heck of a grab.
Right.
I mean, that guy has steel traps for hands. That was number 12, right? Yeah, it was Brady Packer, the senior receiver. Brady Packer goes up and he makes the grab. That's unfortunate.
That's offsetting penalties, and it's going to negate the 3rd down pickup for Rigby. So it's still 3rd and 12.
Yeah, 3rd and 12. Now, Flowers.
I thought they were after the play, and I thought the 1st down might stand.
I thought they picked up. I didn't see the flag in the backfield on Rigby's side. I saw the other one. I thought they waved that one, but what do I know? It's 3rd and 12. The offsetting penalties.
8.5 to go, 2nd quarter. Flowers to throw again. Has some time, steps up in the pocket, delivers over the middle. Pass caught. Rigby picked it up again. This one is going to stand to the 45. Benedict coming up with the catch.
Ooh, Luke Flowers looked like a professional there. He stepped up in the pocket. He kept his eyes downfield the whole time. He slid a little bit forward and then to his right. threw somewhat of a sidearm, hit his man just coming to the right, led him perfectly, threw into traffic. Tight window for the first down.
Couple big third down pickups there for Rigby, picking up 12. 1st and 10 now from the 45. Up the middle on the run, and they're going to pick up 7 on this first down as we approach the 8-minute mark. That's Gamino on the carry.
Yeah, and they do this thing. So I see Flowers, when they're going to do that kind of read-run options, they go up the middle. Both he and the running back start attacking forward before the ball snapped.
2nd and 3, back to the ground. Goes Rigby on 2nd and short. This will be a first down across the 40 as the running back Gamino keeping his legs moving all the way to the 38.
We talked about it before when Rigby goes north, not just south, but goes north and runs in between the tackles. They found a ton of success. They're getting back to that, which will free up a little bit more of that downfield passing game.
First and 10 from the 38. This time Rocky blew up the run. The first down met, and Rocky came out of the pile with the ball. TJ Page came away with it, and it's going to be a turnover. Rocky just took that one away.
Wow, and that was a huge play. That was a big-time play. It looked like he about took the handoff. The running back, and that was Sam Gamino, barely had time to hold on to the ball, and they blew it up as soon as they handed the ball off, and it looks like he just wrestled the ball away as it was going to the ground.
Yeah, he just flat out took that one away. So Rocky taking over now at the Rigby 38. They just went into the pile, and then Page came out of the pile with the ball. Sweeney shotgun set on first down. Sweeney keeping it. Quarterback keeper up the middle, picking up about 3.
Yeah, that was ugly from the beginning, and I credit Rigby. They got great penetration up there, and they disrupted the whole flow of the play. Art Williams came across, and Tegan Sweeney had to pull back a little bit. Everything was off. Timing was off on that. That was because of great penetration by the Rigby defensive line. I think that was number 54, if I'm not mistaken. That was Siope Fangupo, the senior defensive tackle that got good penetration.
2nd and 8, under 7 minutes to play, second quarter. Pistol set here for Rocky, trips right, single left. They go to Williams on 2nd down. Williams straight up the hash mark across the 45 to the 47. A couple yards short of a first down, brings up a 3rd and short.
Easy handoff right up the middle, and that's just a straight man zone block scheme where the offensive line blocks anyone that's in front of them. There's nothing special, no traps, nobody pulls. They just blow it up the middle.
3rd down and 1 now. 6.5 to go, second quarter. Twins right, single left for Rocky as Sweeney lines up in the pistol set. Art Williams, the deep back. They go to Williams. No, play action. Sweeney keeping this one now. Across midfield, has the first down, picks it up to the 49.
When they had him in the backfield, they had him in their sights, and if they could have wrapped him up, they would have stopped him short of the first down. But Sweeney did a good job tucking it. He leaned forward for the touchdown, basically fell forward for it.
Down to the 48, so operating now in Trojan territory. 1st and 10 for Sweeney and company.
Loaded backfield now.
Pistol set for Rocky. They go back to the ground with Williams. Williams trying to turn the corner. Here comes a flag as Williams has a first down to the 35. We'll see if it stands, likely coming back.
Yeah, 2 flags on that one. I think he had 2 holding calls. It's going to put Rocky in a hole here. Though, if I'm going to comment a little bit about Art Williams, he runs with his head up. He has great vision. And one of the things that I liked is he transferred the ball from his inside arm to the outside arm, protecting it. Okay, illegal hands to the face. All right, so it looks like it was a holding and illegal hands to the face.
So much to sort out.
All right.
Multiple flags. We're sitting up in a press box, so it's tough for us to sort through it all. But multiple flags on the play. Through it all, it's going to push Rocky back across midfield to the 43. Ball sitting on the left hash. It's going to be a 1st and 19 for the Grizz. 5:25 to go, second quarter.
It puts Rocky in a hole, but as you say, same thing happened to Rigby a couple of drives ago. Kept getting pushed back on that one, and they can hope to stop them. If you're Rocky at this point, you say, hey, we have opportunity to gain more yards. Pad the stats.
Sweeney throwing on first down, has some time, stepping up in the pocket, delivers one down the near sideline, it's caught. Tiptoeing his way down the sideline, Rigby. He has a touchdown earlier, now he has a rocky first down at the 35.
Oh, and Rigby just right on the sideline there, and he was bracketed. The linebacker, number 23, Mason Burgess, had the underneath coverage on him, and Sweeney threw a dart to him. He didn't give time. Burgess got turned around trying to knock that down. You could see him just going, oh, we had him.
First and 10 from the 35. Sweeney, play action, Lucchini caught it over the middle, first down and a lot more. Lucchini to the 15, throws a stiff arm, still on his feet, brought down at the 10.
Lucchini, the one thing I'll say about Lucchini, he runs hard. He runs hard when he runs his routes. He runs hard after the catch. Tough to bring down, and he showed good speed there, picking up a big gain for Rocky coming across the middle.
First and goal for Rocky at the 10. Under 5 minutes to play, second quarter. Trips left. Art Williams to Sweeney's right in the shotgun set, single right. Sweeney to throw on first down. Here comes the pressure. Delivers the ball pass. Caught at the 5 and brought down after that. A short gain. Rigby again, the junior, makes it a little closer on second down, or first down.
Yeah, outside of the big play, the big bomb thrown by Rigby, they were able to eventually punch in for the touchdown. This has been a good steady gain where, a steady game where you've seen 10, 15-yard gains at the most, meaning good defense. Both these teams aren't giving up too many yards, just steady up and down the field, and it shows by a 7-7 score.
Second and goal from the 5. To the ground, Williams straight ahead into the end zone. We'll wait for the signal. They mark him short. How is he short?
I mean, again, we're up here in the booth.
It looked like half his body was in the end zone.
It did, didn't it? Maybe his knee touchdown, but Rocky taking a page out of Rigby and just doing that quick step, lining right up again.
Pistol set again. Back to the ground this time. Williams in the end zone. Touchdown, Rocky.
Rocky Mountain finding something they like with Art Williams up the middle. They're thinking they can run the ball on this Rigby defense, and so far they've shown it. That's been their go-to play. Hand the ball to Art Williams, let the offensive line create some space and watch him move upfield.
So the Art Williams 1-yard touchdown run makes it 13-6. On for the point after, Dawson Anderson. Anderson's extra point up and good. So make it 14-7. As we get a chance to thank some more of our local sponsors. Want to thank Scotty's True Value and CarQuest, dedicated to providing you with great customer service and a wide range of products unmatched and help take care of your every hardware, automotive, and weekend project needs. They're located at 201 South State Street in downtown Rigby. Give them a call, 208-745-6498, or visit them online at truevalue.com/ScottySand and let them take care of your hometown the hometown way. Scotty's True Value is a proud supporter of Rigby Athletics. Also want to thank Bob's Bicycles on Fairview in Boise. They're family owned since 1979. Their selection of mountain bikes, road bikes, BMX cruisers, and comfort bikes is second to none. They're online at bobsbicycles.com or on their showroom floor. Bob's Bicycles will have the bike, accessories, and clothing to fit your needs. And they have in-store financing, 6 months, no interest. So come say hi to Vern at Bob's Bicycles, serving Idaho for more than 40 years and proud supporter of Idaho student-athletes.
So Rocky figuring out something that they like with that run game with Art Williams, and I don't blame him. A tough runner, tough kid, going to go play football at the next level. But I expect, again, with a team as well coached as Rigby is, to figure something out to stop that, to negate that. Maybe that means packing the box or doing something different.
End over end kick going to be returnable for Rigby. They go down the far sideline, stopped at the 25. So the Rigby offense will start from there. 3:20 to go, second quarter. Rigby now finding themselves behind 14-7. And with 3:20 to go before the second half, a couple timeouts in their pocket, I get the feeling that's plenty of time for this offense.
Yeah, I do too. And Rigby, a really good team. And we've said that so many times to the point we got to understand this is the number 2 in Rocky and the number 3 team in the state. These are powerhouses, and Rigby has been down, has been able to come back. They're a team with a lot of resiliency. I expect them to show up the rest of this game and make it competitive.
First and 10 from the 25. Flowers in the pistol set. As Rigby going to the ground on first down, and it's going to be a big hitter. First down all the way to the 45, brought down at the 49. It's going to be Lucas McCullough, the senior running back, all the way out to midfield. McCullough, a big hitter there on first down.
Big hitter right up the middle, and Rocky just didn't seem like they were ready for it, or were outmanned up front. Too many bodies on bodies. But McCullough made a great move up there. It looks like he's tough to bring down.
We hit the 3-minute mark. First and 10 from the 48. Flowers to throw. Home run ball. Middle of the field. Into traffic. Going up the ladder. Steffler. He got it at the 15. And just like that, Rigby's in the red zone.
Oh, Brady Packer, the wide receiver, the senior, has held on to some of the most amazing balls that I've seen. He goes up and he'll chase those things down where it looks like it should be knocked down. Rocky's defense is in position. Their defensive backs are there trying to knock the ball out. But Brady Packer hangs on to the ball. Like I said, he has hands that are steel traps.
Going up the ladder, getting it again. There's been one thing that's been clear from both of these teams. When they feel like they need a play, throw it up to a playmaker. First and 10 from the 15. Back to the ground, up the middle, McCullough. Ball popped out at the end, and they're going to mark him down. McCullough to the 6.
Yeah, they say he was down on that one when the ball did pop out. It looked like his knee did hit the ground. But talk about a response by Rigby. We said it when they got the kickoff. We expected them to respond, and they've responded nicely by putting together a couple huge chunk plays with McCullough making the big run up the middle and Brady Packer with the big reception over the middle.
Yeah, this is the 4th play of the drive, back to the ground, and this one's going to be a couple yards short, back to McCullough. And going to be about 3 yards short, as that does give Rigby a first down, though. So first and goal from the 3. Clock under 2 minutes, 1:36 to go first half. Whistles and a timeout.
Yeah, same thing happened again. Rocky tried to run some men on the field, and Rigby was going with a quick snap. They did not substitute anybody, therefore they didn't allow the refs didn't have to stop the ball and allow Rocky to run anybody on the field either. So Rocky forced to take a timeout, which is absolutely fine. We talk about it every game. If you end a half with timeouts, it's a wasted opportunity.
Yep, can't take them to the locker room with you. We want to thank Steve's Hometown Dealership. They're proud supporters of Idaho High School football here in the state playoffs. Steve's Hometown Toyota in Ontario, Hometown Motors in Weiser, and Steve's Hometown Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC in Fruitland are just a short drive away from savings from anywhere in the Treasure Valley. The Steve's Hometown Dealerships, where customer satisfaction is their #1 goal. Steve is wishing the hometown team, in that case that is Rocky tonight, the best of luck here at States.
Rocky back against the wall, and what they've seen is just big chunk plays, which is something I commented in the previous drive that we hadn't seen many of those because the defenses had been so good and stalwart to this point. But Rigby figuring something out, and the majority of these plays, if you look, nothing's going out to the sidelines. It's nothing lateral. Everything's over the middle and in front of them. And that seems to be the best equation for them moving the ball forward.
First and goal from the 2 here for Rigby. Single back, it's McCullough. Flowers, the keeper, straight ahead. Here come the flags. It's a false start on the Trojans.
Yeah, and they knew it, too, and it was the receiver who had absolutely nothing to do with that. Our man Brady Packer with the steel trap hands. He jumped, and he did not mean to. Actually, well, I don't know if it was him. I knew that he saw it. No, it was him.
And an injured player for Rocky down on the field. Try to get a number on that for you.
Cade Stedman, though, the big defensive lineman, limping around, but he's out there like a warrior for Rocky.
Well, either way, as they attend to the injured player still down on his back, we'll take a quick timeout here on IdahoSports.com. Rigby knocking on the door, Rocky up 14-7.
Toyota trains certified technicians. Is that important?
Well, you wouldn't hire just anyone to help you move, would you?
Not again.
Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
That's a
Back here at Rocky, the injured player for Rocky, Rowan Rupp, a freshman, 6'2", 220.
okay.
So second and goal, or first and goal rather, for Rigby from the 7. First and goal for the Trojans. And they're going to have to burn another timeout.
Again, that's fine. Rigby lined up. They saw what they were going to offer. And now Rocky coming to make adjustments over to the sideline. And actually, you see that all the time at the higher levels, at the college level, NFL level. I mean, this is it's win or go home, and you have to pull out every stop at this point. You can see Rocky doing that. The Rocky coaches, there's some of us sitting next to us here, and then the Rigby coaches are on the other side of us, down a ways, and both of them, both sides are scheming, evaluating, constantly adjusting, and on that specific play, they saw something they didn't like or saw something they could adjust to, called the timeout to make the proper adjustments.
Both teams still on their sidelines, so we'll take this time to thank Mike Smidiger Auto Body. Nobody wants to experience a car accident, but when they happen, since 1982, Mike Smidiger Auto Body has been there to take the stress out of the accident process with the start-to-finish guarantee. They'll take care of all your insurance, restore your vehicle to pre-loss condition, and guarantee those repairs for as long as you own the car. Mike Smidiger Auto Body, 4660 Chinden Boulevard, MikeSmidigerAutoBody.com. Mike Smidiger, a proud supporter of Idaho student athletes. All right, first to goal from the 7. Pistol set for Rigby. They go to the ground. Cola tripped up inside the 5 to the 4.
He got submarined, and that's a tough one when you get your legs taken out like that. Rocky sold out on the run, and they actually over-pursued in their penetration upfield. He got a few more yards than I expected him to on that one, but he did a good job of avoiding the outside man, which I think was Cade Stedman. Yeah, big number 9, as he pursued on the outside.
Clock's still moving. We have 1:06 to go in the first half. Rigby now getting the play in. Now they get set. Second and goal from the 3. McCullough once again the back. They go to McCullough left side, close to the end zone. Touchdown.
Touchdown. The Rigby offensive line did a fantastic job of collapsing that left side of the defensive line, running away from Stedman, who was lined up as an edge to set the edge on the near side. They were able to collapse it, and McCullough leaned against the backs, literally just right on the backs of his offensive line. And that is a big offensive line on that side, big number 70. I'm searching here, and I should know it off the top of my head. Apologies. That's Slade Johnson. He's just a junior. We don't have height weights. Oh, no.
They pushed the extra point wide left. Witherspoon pushed it wide left, so the score remains 14-13, and that will present some interesting scenarios as we go along here in the second half. But under a minute to play, Rocky going to get the ball back, and Rocky gets the ball to begin the second half.
Wow, and a good job by just pursuing it. He just pushed it off to the left. That's going to be huge because you don't see a ton of scoring and a point differential at this point. You could say, well, hey, we'll make up for it down the road. We just don't know. There have only been 27 points scored in one half from two very high-powered offenses.
Yeah, both these teams, as you look at their schedules down the stretch, have been involved in some games where it comes down to something like that. Rocky, probably the game of the year in the state of Idaho, played at Meridian back on October the 7th. The Grizz tied the game on a Hail Mary, but they needed the 2-point conversion. They failed on the 2-point try to tie the game. Lost that one 14-12. And then Rigby, the game we're talking about there, is when they traveled to Highland, losing 43-42. Point afters and 2-point conversions, so important when the games are close like this.
Absolutely. Those add up at the end. I mean, you look at last year, and points separated multiple wins for both of these teams. I mean, Meridian lost a couple one-point games that kept them from having some home field or some bracket advantage.
Keeping this one on the ground with the squib kick, but Art Williams still picks it up, and he's going to be dropped at the 14. A flag does sit at the 20. Here comes another one after the play.
Yeah, that was a personal foul on that one, and they're just getting a little chippy at this point, too. You know, with 47 seconds left, they have one timeout. They do have a good downfield presence. Lucchini can move the ball downfield. Jacobson, a big target downfield. You know, but they have to get to the sidelines. We'll see how aggressive this Rocky team wants to be at the half, right before the half.
Might depend on what these penalties are as we await the call. One of them is against Rocky. Another one is after the play against Rigby. So offsetting penalties. And it'll be a first down for Rocky at the 20-ish yard line. We'll see where they mark it.
Been a bit of a sloppy game. I hadn't expected this out of two well-coached teams. We've seen a lot of penalties. You hate to give up yardage, freebies as we call it. You hate to give up those free yards.
So I think they're going to re-kick it.
Okay.
So Rigby kept it on the ground with the squib kick last time out. We'll see if they try to do the same thing. It did end up bouncing all the way to Williams anyway. What that does, though, is it sometimes gets guys out of their lanes.
Yeah, and it gives them an opportunity. We've seen Rocky return some pretty good kicks this year for a good field position. If they can get any kind of, if they can move the ball or displace this kick from what they previously had, it'd be a plus on this. And then they do have downfield threats, like we said.
Witherspoon has this one teed up once again at the 40-yard line, right on the X between the hash marks. And again, a squib kick. Again, it's going to bounce all the way to Williams, who picks it up at the 15, or Wilkie, rather, at the 15. Wilkie found a gap across the 30, still on his feet to the 40, brings it all the way back to the 45 down the near sideline.
And that's just how you drew it up. It's like we talked about. Wilkie putting on a show as a defender, as a return man, punt return, doing a phenomenal job. Gives Rocky a chance now with 39 seconds, one timeout. Big downfield threats. If you're Rigby at this point, you back off, you bracket everybody, nothing deep. Don't let you keep everything in front of you, and you force it to the middle of the field.
39 seconds. Rocky going to the ground on 1st and 10. Williams to the 50. And he's dropped. So that's going to move the clock. Did not get a first down, so that won't even temporarily stop the clock. The clock never started. So now we're going to get a stoppage.
Yeah, they're going to run it off at this point. You know, we can say what we want. Art Williams has done a fantastic job getting first downs on carries. So with that in mind, you can see the Rockies coach's mindset to hand the ball off, let him get upfield, and then you get the stoppage after a first down until the ball's set.
The clock was at 39 seconds when we snapped the ball. It never moved until the play was over. They have it at 32 seconds right now. Update from the other side of Meridian right now, 14-3, Meridian over Mountain View, that game at the half.
Yeah, can we just say how well the city of Meridian, Idaho's represented in these playoffs?
Kidding, right?
3 of the 4 Meridian schools are in the semifinals. The other being Owyhee, who's not, but did make the playoffs.
Clock moving now at 30 seconds. Sweeney to throw, in trouble. Sweeney going to dump this one to Williams. It hit him in the numbers, and he dropped it. Hit him right in the middle of the chest pad, and it just fell to the turf.
And he turned his head upfield. He took his eye off the ball, and how often do we see that? It's unfortunate, but as he was moving before the ball even got there.
Yep.
In his mind, at least.
So the clock now stops at 19 seconds.
Holding. It looks like there was a holding.
And so that's going to push it back even further.
And at this point, you may see them just kind of take a knee, walk away at this point. But I've been wrong too many times in my life.
We'll see what they decide to do here. His ball sitting at the 37. It's a pistol set with 19 seconds. Empty set. Is Sweeney going to throw? Quick pass. It's going to be caught. No one around him as they're just trying to get something. This is Jeff Thompson, the receiver, and he is out of bounds up to the 45.
Yeah, Jeff Thompson, slippery. He was able to stop the clock with 13 seconds left. And we've seen some big throws. I'm not sure if Tegan Sweeney has it in him to throw the whole, by the time he throws the ball, it's going to be about 53 yards to get it to the end zone. But you do have one timeout, so get half the chunk. You got to get a big hitter here to move the ball downfield, get a chunk, and then call the timeout.
One timeout, 13 seconds. Sweeney empties the backfield. Under pressure, ball popped out, and Rigby picks it up. It'll depend on the ruling. As of now, they're calling it a fumble. Clock is at 6 seconds. And this is going to be a fumble. Rigby taking over near midfield, and it's going to give the Trojans a chance at a Hail Mary now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I agree with that, but hey, the ball bounces Rigby's way. Enough time for one big downfield play. You get your best players in there. You know, a lot of times they'll pull their wide receivers and they'll put them back as the deep safety along the goal line to knock anything out of the air.
I mean, that turnover probably not going to kill you if you're Rocky, because you probably just had a Hail Mary anyway with the ball being at midfield, but that gives Flowers now, who does have a big arm, a chance at a Hail Mary. 6 seconds to go. Ball sitting at their own 47. And another whistle.
Looks like they're going to take a timeout here. Talk it over. Yeah, and you said it. Do you take one play? Do you take the chance of getting picked, returned, fumble? You know, what could go wrong at this point? You got to give it a shot. If your quarterback has the arm, you do want to push it down the field, especially with the midfield. Now, if you were doing it from your own 30-yard line or something like that, that's a different story. You said it, big arm. We'll see if he can throw it 60 yards in the air. You have the old hook and ladder type play where you can throw it short and have guys run underneath. A lot of options here to try and get the ball in the end zone for this Rigby Trojan football team.
Yeah, Flowers trying to become the third consecutive Rigby quarterback who plays at the next level. The previous guys now playing in the Big Sky. I think one's at Weber, one might be at ISU.
Yeah, Weber. So that was Tiger Adolfo, who is, I think he's on a mission. Yeah, Tiger Adolfo. So he's on a mission right now in the Philippines, but will be coming back to Weber State, yes.
6 seconds to go. Here we go. Flowers has some time, loads this one over the middle. Pass is caught. Taking a hit is Steffler, and he's going to be dropped at the 27. The clock expires, so that will do it for the first half.
And you got to wrap up, and that's one of those plays where you do that. But no harm, no foul going into halftime. With Rocky maintaining this 1-point lead on a very well-played first half. We've seen a lot of penalties. We've also seen some big plays and moving the ball down the field for both teams.
So we'll step aside here on IdahoSports.com. Thanks to more of our advertising partners, and we'll be back for our halftime show here on IdahoSports.com. Your halftime score, Rocky 14, Rigby 13.
There's a change in the air in eastern Idaho, and right now we're celebrating the grand opening of the new Liberty GMC in Rexburg with an outstanding inventory of new and used GMCs. You'll celebrate too with discounts up to $3,500 on an awesome selection of new and used GMC vehicles. See dealer for details. Plus, you'll enjoy Liberty at the pump because we're giving away $500 gas cards with every new vehicle sold. And due to popular demand, we're offering the famous Warranty Forever on every qualified new and used vehicle we sell. Some exclusions apply. See dealer for details. Warranty Forever means a lifetime warranty on engine, transmission, and drive axle components as long as you own the vehicle. It doesn't matter if you're young or old, or really young, or really old. Here in Idaho, we love our Liberty. Come and see us today at the new Liberty GMC in Rexburg with Warranty Forever. Remember, GMC exit 333. Liberty GMC in Rexburg, formerly John Adams GMC.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
unmistakable swagger of someone fully covered with health insurance through Your Health Idaho for as low as $0 a month. If you're as speechless as I am right now, say nothing. Health yeah! Enroll by December 15th and you could qualify for quality health insurance starting at $0 a month.
Hello?
I was in an accident.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I have my seatbelt on.
I'm Jen Miguel-Seiler and I'm from Moscow. I think it's really important to get vaccinated because it's not just about me and my health, it's about the people around me. We have a lot of friends who have disabilities or have different health conditions. I want to make sure I don't make anyone sick. So we chose to get vaccinated to keep each other healthy.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Halftime here at Rocky Mountain High School here in Meridian. Your score, Rocky Mountain 14 and Rigby 13. Lucas Gephardt and Ryan Luke for IdahoSports.com bringing you coverage of this one tonight. The difference so far, a missed extra points. That one obviously coming from Rigby as they trail by 1 in this one. Tournament coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, the Idaho Transportation Department, also brought to you in part by Valley Wide Cooperative and your local Toyota dealers. I want to also thank our power boosters on board with us tonight. They consist of Idaho Drug, Teton Auto Group, MVP Rentals, Eckerson Funeral Chapel, Anytime Fitness in Rigby, Upper Valley Orthopedics, and then out here in Meridian, College of Western Idaho, Meridian Plumbing, Beehive Credit Union, and Evade Pest Management. We'll tell you about one of those power boosters right now, Idaho Drug in Rigby, a pharmacy since 1947 where your health is their priority. Whether you need a prescription refilled on their mobile app or a gift for that special someone, visit Idaho Drug at 139 East Main for all your pharmacy and drug needs. They also offer free local delivery. Idaho Drug is a proud supporter of Rigby Athletics. Wants to wish the boys the best of luck this weekend. We'll also thank Fall River Propane, which serves the entire Upper Valley as well as the Island Park areas with the highest quality, hottest burning propane at competitive prices. Their industry-trained and certified staff offers more than 70 years of experience. Fall River Propane services all makes of models and propane fireplaces and stoves. Fall River Propane is your full-service propane provider for homes and businesses over there in eastern Idaho. Check them out at fallriverpropane.com. Call anytime, 800-632-5726. Fall River Propane. Experience the difference. All right, Ryan, so we said it when we came here in the open. The difference in this one is just a missed extra point. Otherwise, we'd be deadlocked at 14.
Yeah, and we have – Rocky has 2 turnovers. Should have just been 1. Rigby has 1 turnover. They basically negated each other. Both of them scored off of those turnovers. What you're seeing is basically a stalemate. I mean, they have checked each other on every mark. When Rocky marched down the field and scored, Rigby came right back, marched, and scored 2. You're seeing two equally balanced team, very well coached, very well played. Interestingly enough, it's a 1-point difference at this point.
Right.
And I think that that's very indicative of the number 2 and number 3 ranking in the state. Eastern Idaho representing really well, the Valley representing really well here in the Boise area. And ironically, I think they're both doing it through ways that I didn't foresee, which is Rocky's doing it north-south, run game, Art Williams, power football, spread you out and let their 5 offensive linemen beat their defense, beat the Rigby defensive lineman up. And then on the flip side, it's the exact same thing that we're seeing.
Yeah, right.
Other than some great grabs downfield, some chunk plays by the Rigby receiver, and that's Brady Packer making some great grabs. Other than that, these two teams are mirroring each other.
Yeah, Packers got some good catches. Steffler as well has had an impact for Rigby. On the other side for Rocky, you have the touchdown by Ickaby, and then you also have Lucchini making an impact in this one, as he usually does, the senior. So let's go over the scoring summary. It's going to be a pretty quick one here at halftime. Rigby got things started about midway through the first quarter. Sam Gamino, a short touchdown run, point after was good at the 4:57 mark of the first quarter. And then Ickaby tied things up with an 11-yard touchdown reception for Rocky with 9:35 to go in the second quarter. Point after was good there. Art Williams, a couple drives later with 3.5 to go before halftime. A 1-yard touchdown run gave Rocky a 14-7 lead with the point after. And then Lucas McCullough, a 3-yard touchdown run for Rigby with under a minute to go before halftime. But the point after was pushed wide left by Ben Witherspoon. So that's how we got to this point, 14-13. Now, as we look forward going into the second half, I know some people at home might be scoreboard watching the latest update. We have 14-3 was the last one. We'll get another one here for you as it's still at halftime there in Meridian. 14-3 the Warriors over Mountain View at the 5A level. A couple 4A semifinals games going on tonight as well. Skyline, a 42-28 win over Sandpoint. So that one over Skyline, advancing to the state championship. Looking like, as of now, they will play Bishop Kelly. The Knights a 27-0 lead over Minico, that one at halftime. So Bishop Kelly's Skyline could be an interesting state championship game at the 4A. Skyline obviously been a power year in and year out for the last few years there at the 4A level. But Bishop Kelly just, good luck beating them this year. They've run through everyone.
Yeah, run through everybody. They've been eating people up and spitting them out, chewing them up and spitting them out. And because if you ate them, you wouldn't spit them. Bishop Kelly, and the inside track on them is that this is one of the most cohesive units they've had in a long time. They're deep at every position, not overly big, not overly powerful. They do have some big guys here and there, but very well coached and very good discipline. Skyline, on the other side, is really athletic. They have some big guys. They have some athletic guys. Have guys that are going to play at the next level. They've done it, and they've won at that level. They've won on their side of the state, a little bit different than Bishop Kelly has on this side. That being said, Bishop Kelly, this is the year, maybe 3 years ago they played Hillcrest in the state championship.
Yep.
And they got there on grit and play calling alone, but they just didn't have the manpower to back it up, and they lost to a very superior Hillcrest team. Last year they went out in the semifinals, and then this year regrouping a very cohesive unit, and I do expect them. My early pick is Bishop Kelly. I said they're going to run through 4A this year. I think that they will continue to do that, but Skyline will offer them, I think, a pretty stout, one of the stouter defenses, one of the stouter competitions that they've seen up to this point.
Yeah, on the other side here at the 5A level, Rigby trying to get back to the state championship game for the 4th year in a row. Tonight they made the 4.5-hour trip out west once again. They were out here last week, hoping to make it 3 in a row, so they'd have to come back out here next week if they're able to come away with the win in this one. But for Rigby, this is, they've won 2 state titles over the last 3 seasons. They've been to the state championship the last 3. This is a program that you looked at. They came up from 4A back in 2016 was their first season up at the 5A level. It took them a couple years to kind of get things going, but ever since that 2019 season, went 10-1, beat Coeur d'Alene in the state championship. They have been a powerhouse here at the 5A level.
Yeah, they're always in the conversation for the state championship at the 5A level these last 3-4 years. And that's for good reason. They came in with good coaching, and the coaching makes a difference. I was corrected on this, so I apologize. I said they were the only high school in the county, And when I was over there and I was talking to some people from Rigby, and they said, that's not true. We have 2 other schools, but they're both 1A, and they're in these little small towns.
Yeah.
So they are the biggest high school in the county, and they're basically the county high school. Everybody could feed and go to Rigby. But they've been able to do it with a lot of really good participation. They got a boost in 2019. Rigby did on the eastern side of the state, where a lot of the kids, and there were some California kids that came in that saw that Idaho was not shutting down football for COVID. They were going to play, so they had a couple kids that came in. But outside of that, it's just been family, people wanting to join this program, kids wanting to be involved in the winning culture that they've created over there. And so they've got some kids that have moved in. Kids have come up from Utah, from some different places to play. And they've created just one of the more, and you and I even talked about this at the halftime. You go watch a game over there, and it's fantastic. I mean, the atmosphere is electric. Yeah. The facilities are phenomenal. Rigby football, I think, is here to stay, to compete year in and year out for these state championships.
Yeah, Rocky, on the other hand, this is a program that's been a 5A powerhouse for several years. Coming into tonight, kind of had to grind it out last week at Post Falls. It was wet, it was cold, it was windy. The quarterback, Sweeney, for Rocky, he only threw the ball 8 times for 84 yards, but an efficient 6 of 8. So it was kind of interesting. You saw them come out tonight, and it kind of looked like they were going to throw the ball over the yard tonight. Now, it is cold tonight, about 30 degrees, slight wind. Nothing like what Rocky had to deal with last week up north, though.
Yeah, it's dry.
Yeah,
right. It's just dry. Sandpoint, North Idaho, the other state in the state of Idaho. We have 3 states. We have Eastern Idaho, we have Southwest, and then we have North Idaho.
Right.
And Rocky dealing with some adverse conditions. But they pulled a rabbit out of their hat, and I think they're doing it again tonight, and really discovering the opportunity they have to run the football. I mean, they have shown Art Williams, we talked about it at the beginning, Art Williams, a great back, good balance, a power runner, but has a burst and can run away from people at this high school level. And I think that they're relying on that now. I mean, that's kind of the go-to. Hey, it's 3rd and 7. All right, let's hand it to Art and let him run for a first down. And what you see is that'll eventually start softening up the defense to where you'll see Lucchini break open down the field. We saw Jacobson make a 50-50 catch early on, go up and grab one of those. And so those types of opportunities will start coming around again, but that's all based on this running game that really wasn't the focus, quite frankly, at the beginning of the year through the middle of the year.
Yeah. Well, a couple minutes left up on the clock here before we get going with the third quarter. Rigby just now retaking the field, so give them a couple minutes to warm up. While I have this opportunity, we'll hear from Liberty GMC.
There's a change in the air in eastern Idaho, and right now we're celebrating the grand opening of the new Liberty GMC in Rexburg. With an outstanding inventory of new and used GMCs, you'll celebrate too, with discounts up to $3,500 on an awesome selection of new and used GMC vehicles. See dealer for details. Plus, you'll enjoy Liberty at the pump, because we're giving away $500 gas cards with every new vehicle sold. And due to popular demand, we're offering the famous Warranty Forever on every qualified new and used vehicle we sell. Some exclusions apply. See dealer for details. Warranty Forever means a lifetime warranty on engine, transmission, and drive axle components as long as you own the vehicle. It doesn't matter if you're young or old, or really young, or really old. Here in Idaho, we love our Liberty. Come and see us today at the new Liberty GMC in Rexburg with Warranty Forever. Remember, GMC exit 333. Liberty GMC in Rexburg, formerly John Adams GMC.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Trained certified technicians. Is that important?
Well, you wouldn't hire just anyone to help you move, would you?
not again.
Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
Getting ready for the second half here at Rocky, as the Grizz are going to get the ball first to begin the second half here. While we have a chance, we want to thank ProPete. ProPete fertilizer is an envo-friendly product that reduces leaching. ProPete can help replace organic matter back into the soil. ProPete's brand nutrients release when the plants need them. Carbon 90 Plus binds nutrients to all the natural carbons of peat moss, encouraging a steady plant growth for healthier turf and less mowing. ProPete is great for turf, lawns, gardens, shrubs, trees. ProPete wants to wish the Trojans the best of luck at state here tonight. All right, so. Or Rigby is going to get the ball to start things.
Yeah, Rigby should be getting. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to say, they just want to give him another set of downs.
Right.
Why not, you know?
Yeah.
Make this game interesting. We'll spot you a drive. No, as we look into the second half, and I think Rigby saw some things moving forward on those last couple of drives that were stalled out by penalties or whatever else. But when they have it going, it looks like they have it going, and they have Rockies.
This is a surprise onside kick to begin the second half. Rocky says they have it. They do. The Grizz coming up big. Justin Anderson just dribbled it forward, straight about 10 yards. They recover it right between the R and the M. The Grizz coming up with a big-time play on special teams.
Woo! And what a way to kick off the half. I mean, the crowd's going crazy. You should see the coaches next to us just loving this right now. And caught Rigby off guard. And we've seen that before with other teams. The big question at this point was, did it travel 10 yards? And it looks like it did. Has to go the full 10 yards before Rocky can touch the ball. Absolutely went 10 yards as they're spotting the ball at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, judging by the spot, it went 11 yards. So the Grizz coming up with a surprise onside kick. Dawson Anderson, the senior, just kicking it forward. A little dribbler, waited for it to go 10 yards, jumped on it. Grizz first and 10 from the 49. Art Williams on the right side. This is going to go for 8 or 9 as Williams tries to the right side. Rocky has some momentum right now.
Yeah, we'll call it momentum, and we'll call it, hey, we're just going to take this. We got to jump out because we know we're playing a really good opponent that could come back and score at any time. Art Williams took the handoff on that one, slid right, and just glides around tacklers. It was absolutely phenomenal to watch that.
Play action. Sweeney going up top. It's caught. Inside the 5, brought down inside the 10. C.J. Jacobson, first and 10, Rocky.
Ooh, and you love those mismatches. Jacobson, 6'5", 235. We'll give him 240. And running away from it shows great speed, good acceleration. And he had a much smaller defensive back on him, able to just block him out on that post route. Single coverage, no high safety, nothing to help him out.
First and goal from the 8. Rocky in the pistol set. They go on the ground. Williams, touchdown. Art Williams untouched, and Rocky has extended the lead.
Ooh, and that's tough. You hate getting punched in the mouth if you're Rigby like that, and that was a punch. 3 plays and a touchdown. You went 49 yards. All big hitters, all big gains. Art Williams went untouched into the end zone. All started off with a fantastic, phenomenal special teams play to really kind of change the momentum. Not kind of, but really change the momentum in this game. And now going for 2.
And this would make it a 2-score game if they get it. So 2-point conversion from the left hash. They're dumping this one. Art Williams in the flat. He'll be short. So Rocky trying to seize every kind of momentum. Hold on. Here comes a late flag in the end zone. So we'll check this one out. Personal foul against Rocky. So Rigby, of course, will decline it. So I see why you're going for 2 there. I kind of like the call.
I do too.
You know, you have all the momentum on your side. You just recovered an onside kick. You march right down the field. You get 6 on the board.
Yeah.
A 2-point conversion would have made it a 2-score game.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I want to comment on that. I guess it wouldn't matter, but Jack Bodero Jack Bodrero, the linebacker from Rigby, came up and made a fantastic play on Art Williams, and he's the tough guy to bring down. If it's me, at this point, you've got to sell out if you're Rigby. And Rigby's got to start bringing people up. They got to start bringing people, blitzing them, find ways to disrupt the flow of the offense on Rocky right now because they're just running on all cylinders. And, again, you got to understand, you have 3 Division I offensive linemen from this class going to go play next year at the upper level. And then that's not let alone the sophomore that's starting and the 2-year starter at center that's starting for this offensive line for Rocky. So you've got to find ways to create some pressure and put pressure on and disrupt and get upfield. Otherwise, you're going to see this the rest of the game.
And so the personal foul was against Rocky, so this is going to affect the kickoff now, and it's going to force Anderson to kick this off from the 25. So this could mean that Rigby could have some decent field position coming off the kickoff. Surprise onside last time. This time they kick it deep. End over end kick. Here comes Packer. Trying to look for some room down the far hash. Popped at the 35 and dropped. So here comes the Trojan offense for the first time. Update from the other 5A semifinal, 27-3 Meridian. That one now in the fourth quarter. Meridian scoring on the first play of the fourth quarter. They're moving over there, huh?
They're moving. I tell you what, that Meridian team, we haven't talked much about them, but great culture being built there. And they've done it on the back of some good seniors, but they have a sophomore quarterback, junior running backs. They have sophomore offensive linemen. They could be loaded for a while now. That defense, though, is very senior heavy.
So here's the Rigby offense for the first time here in the second half. And a broken play. Flowers is going to have to keep it, and he's dropped.
Yeah, and that looks like that was a misread on – I don't think that was Flowers' fault. As soon as I think the running back went to the wrong direction. Either way, you know, the rhythm was broken up on that, and you hate to see it because right now you just kind of get the feeling that Rigby's maybe a little off right now,
yep.
So a little shell shock. That left side of their offensive line has been very good for them this whole game. The interior offensive line has been good for them, and right now just some errors and some mental mistakes happening. Like right now, they can't even get lined up in the right position.
2nd and 11, 10.5 to go, third quarter. Flowers to throw. Dumps this one off. McCullough caught at the 30. Has some room between the hash marks. Out close to the first down. He has it across the 45 to the 47.
Well, that's impressive. McCullough showing good speed. He has great acceleration as he caught that little screen pass that was completely designed. All the receivers on this side went deep, and one did an out, leaving nobody underneath there in that man-to-man coverage.
Fresh set of downs for the Trojans at their own 47. As Trojans look to the far sideline for the play. Trojans moving from left to right across your listening device. McCullough to Flowers is right on first down. Flowers to throw. Has time. Throws this one deep down the far sideline. Pass caught at the 30. Another first down for the Trojans. Rocky saying he was out of bounds. We'll say he was in.
Oh, Brady Packer, why do you question that? I mean, they double-teamed him. You know, that one was tough because they bracketed him high and low, and he dropped it. Flowers dropped it on a dime over the underneath defender, but the underneath defender gave up and thought he was going to jump for it.
Back to the ground, McCullough has a pickup, a 10, straight up the middle. Another first down for Rigby.
Wow, and talk about just shifting, flipping momentum at this point. Rigby doing the same thing that they did.
They go back to the ground as this is Gamino. Gamino out to the 10. And 9.5 to play in the third.
Fantastic response by this Rigby team, and they're going with tempo. They have Rocky on their heels at this point. Great response by the offense.
Back to the ground once again. Second short. Gamino lost it. It's free at the goal line. We'll see who came up with it.
He did. He came up with his own fumble. Gamino jumped on his own fumble. You can't advance the ball in high school football. So it's from where the fumble happened.
The result of the play, a 1st and goal. Gamino avoiding disaster. Flowers on the keeper just trying to push forward. A flag comes in.
Looks like that might be an offsides or
false start. We'll see. We're waiting on the call from the officials. I'm still trying to get over that Gamino recovered his own fumble. That was a near disaster for Rigby. Offsides is the call on Rocky.
Yeah.
So they'll move it forward half the distance to the goal. Couldn't get much closer as they're already at the 1.
Wow, and like a true champion, Rigby just responding, not being phased by that quick touchdown nor the onside kick. And at this point, I mean, they're knocking on the doors. That's first down in inches to the goal line. You know, that Gamino fumble, I saw it from up here, and I saw it bounce, and I saw him fall right on top of it. And I'm quite a distance away from the ball itself, from the play.
First and goal as Flowers trying to push forward into the end zone. All he has to do is lean forward, and it's a Rigby touchdown.
Well, missed extra points, missed 2-point conversions come back. At this point, we could have a tie football game in a battle of absolute well, I shouldn't say Trojans, absolute titans in high school football.
So the all-important extra point, this time right down the middle. And it's 20-20. Here we go, back and forth, 8:17 to go in the third quarter. So we'll take this opportunity to thank some more of our local advertisers. We want to thank Jab Construction. They won't tell you that they're the right choice. They're going to show it to you. As Rigby's #1 custom home builder, they are dedicated to honesty and communication to ensure your property is built the right way. When you use Jab Construction, you not only get your dream home, you get a lasting professional relationship, the way it should be. With decades of experience, let Jab Construction build the home of your dreams. They are excited to get to work. They say, go Trojans. All right.
So here we are,
yeah,
2020. I mean, it's
yeah.
You know, Rocky gets the ball. They did break serve because they got it, so it's their chance now. And as is, they've acquired an extra, we'll call it possession, by taking the onside kick. But that being said, I mean, what a fantastic game when you see two teams adjusting and taking it right back to the other one. At this point, I'm going to say it right now, Rocky has to respond to that momentum-shifting drive by Rigby.
This one goes right off of Rocky, up back. Rigby kicked it right at him. We'll see who came up with this one. They kicked it right at an up back. It bounced right off him at the 48.
Wow.
And Rocky holds on. Holy cow.
Oh, that was fantastic. That was Austin Ellis. Listed him as a fullback, so he has hands. It looks like he's a skill position player. It pegged him. He kicked it right at him, and then he jumped on it, had the wherewithal to just get down as quick as he could on the ball. That being said, look at it now. Ball at the 48-yard line, 49-yard line. Rocky's in business.
That thing was a bullet off the right leg of Witherspoon, and it almost bounced right into the hands of Rigby. Instead, Rocky holding on to the possession. This drive starting from midfield. Art Williams, right side, picking up about 4, crossing midfield to the 47.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want. I mean, they did that perfectly. You kick it at somebody, hoping something like that happens. Very well executed by Rigby. But just an even better play by Rocky to jump back on the ball.
2nd and 6 from the 47. Rocky operating in Trojan territory now on the far hash. Pistol set for Sweeney. Williams, the deep back. Trojans blitz. Rocky runs with Williams straight up the middle. A first down and a lot more. Williams untouched all the way down to the 25.
Art Williams putting on a show here. He slides. He just has a knack to find the hole, and that one was just a handoff to the left side. That big left side just blew open a hole, and he found it.
Grizz going no huddle. Back to Williams up the middle. This one not nearly as much of a big hitter, but still a pickup of 4. Williams having a heck of a night tonight here in the 5A state semifinals. 7:18 to go, third quarter.
Yeah, have yourself a night, Mr. Art Williams. Show us why you're an Idaho commit to go play football up in Moscow. Fantastic night as he's shown his ability to stay on his feet, find the holes, and make plays.
Albert now the back for the Grizz. They go to Albert on 2nd down, picking up a couple down to the 20. Here comes a 3rd down now with under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter.
And these teams, I mean, they're doing the exact same thing. They'll blast you up front. They have their interior offensive line. The offensive lines on both sides are just fantastic. But the interior offensive linemen have been fantastic, have done a good job of creating those holes. These big gainers, everything's in between the tackles. Nothing outside, nothing too elusive. Just hit the hole hard and move downhill.
3rd and 4 from the 20. 6.5 to go, third quarter. Pistol set for Sweeney Williams, the running back, whistles before the snap. And a timeout taken by Rigby. I'll take this chance to thank Taylor Chevrolet. They're a proud supporter of Rigby Athletics. Taylor Chevrolet has been serving the Upper Valley for over 90 years with excellent service and a stellar sales team. Taylor Chevrolet is home for oil changes for life. That's right. You buy any new or used vehicle and never have to worry about your oil again. Taylor Chevrolet is your Southeast Idaho auto dealer with a wide selection of Chevrolet, Buick, and Cadillac models. Come in today and get the vehicle you want with oil changes for life. Stop by their location in Rexburg or visit them online at www.taylorchevrolet.com.
Yeah, Lucas, I think we might be in for a shootout right now. We were checking the score. We mentioned the Meridian game versus Mountain View. And again, I mean, we got to give some props to Mountain View for making it this far. They came out a little shaky, lost some games that they probably shouldn't have, put it together to make it to these semifinals. But they just ran into a juggernaut, which is Meridian, giving up less than a touchdown again. They've only given up 3 points the game that they're playing.
Yeah.
That is nothing like this game. This thing has the makings of a shootout, 20-20, evenly matched, both teams on offense marching up and down the field. You know, if I had to pick one to watch, I would be here.
Yeah, I think so as well. 3rd down and 3 from the 19. Sweeney in the shotgun, Williams to his left. Sweeney to throw. Here comes the pressure. Sweeney throwing back near side. Pass is caught. This is going to be a first down. Jacobson down to the 12.
Yeah, Jacobson, they kind of ran that slip screen where they even took Art Williams down the field to block. Jacobson was lined up in the slot. Generally, he's on the outside. He's an outside man, and they slipped him underneath, and they threw it to him. That's a little different look. I haven't seen that from this Rocky team. Trying to catch Rigby off guard there and let their big man, their big Utah commit, get downfield and knock some guys over.
Pistol set, 1st and 10 at the 12. So Rocky can still get a first down before a touchdown. 6:19 to go. Back to the ground, Williams. Right up the middle, Williams had to run through a couple Rigby defenders to pick up about 5 yards. He's across the 10, down to the 8.
Yeah, and that's a trap play because what they're bringing is they bring the H back. That's Luke Hanchett, and he comes across from the left side, and he traps the guy on the right side. Rigby read it, and Art Williams still worked for 4 yards. He had a man wrapped up around his legs, and he dragged him for those 4 yards down the field. That's just an onus. That's just to show how much of a tough runner he really is.
2nd and 5. Sweeney play action, throwing a quick out pass. Caught Lucchini. Lucchini reaching for the end zone. Touchdown.
I tell you what, that was one of the most impressive touchdowns you'll see at the high school level. He catches an out route. He stops short of the goal line. He stops on a dime, takes a jab step on the inside, bounces to the outside, reaches for the pylon. That's NFL type stuff right there. Touch the pylon, get the touchdown.
He's a Power 5 kid. He'll be playing at Utah now.
No. That was Lucchini. He has the offer from Washington.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
As a preferred walk-on. He hasn't committed yet.
Extra point is up and good. So that makes it 27-20. There's just so many Division I commits on this Rocky team. And we're not just talking like Big Sky NAIA commits. We're talking next level Power 5 stuff here on this roster.
Yeah, and they do it so well. That's good coaching. That allows you, when you have good coaching, that lets good players become great players. And all of a sudden they start showing some of these capabilities because they get the chance to have the ball in their hands in big games. They get more eyeballs on them. Recruiters like to see those kids and what they're doing. If they're playing for state championships, they're playing for the conference championships. If they have other kids around them, I mean, it builds a momentum. But just so many opportunities for this Rocky, and that's due to the program that they built here.
I want to thank Upper Valley Orthopedics in the Upper Snake River Valley, renowned for state-of-the-art orthopedic and sport medicine clinic. Their whole team, staff of doctors, orthopedic surgeons, treating all kinds of conditions: shoulder, elbow, hand, wrist, hip, knee, foot, ankle, all kinds of sports-related injuries. Call them today for an appointment, 833-556-9550 to request an appointment with them. UpperValleyOrtho.com is their website. Upper Valley Orthopedics in Rexburg, proud supporters of Rigby Athletics. All right, 5:40 to go, third quarter now. Booming kick, this time for Rocky. Returnable for Rigby from the 6. As they come and dropped just across the 20, the returner that time, Packer. And the Rigby offense will come back out onto the field. We just keep going back and forth. This game, 14-13 at halftime. Both teams exchanging touchdowns to begin things here in the third quarter.
Yeah, it looks like we just got an update. Meridian up 34-3, another Meridian touchdown. That's in the fourth quarter. Defense is stout, isn't it? And they'll just grind you down.
Has Meridian given up 34 points all year?
No.
It might be. I'm serious. It
No,
might
like
be
total.
close, yeah.
I mean, we can check it. But yeah, so it looks like we may. Who knows what this game is going to happen? What's going to happen here? I mean, we have so much football left to play.
First and 10 from the 23. This run going nowhere for Rigby on first down. Their running back, Peyton Klinger, was stopped almost immediately, loses 2.
Yeah, Parker Weatherly, big. He's an athletic kid. He's listed at 6 foot and 220, but he moves really well, and he was on that far side defensive end. He came in, beat his man on an inside move, chased the running back down right after he made right after he received the handoff for the loss of a yard and a half on the run. Tackle for loss, TFL.
Second down and 12. Flowers in the shotgun, running back to his left. Flowers will throw, has some time running out of it, throws far side, incomplete. The pressure was coming as the intended target was Benedict.
Yeah, Parker Weatherly again, he made an inside move, and he was the right defensive end on that. He came in from the left side and forced Flowers to move to his left. Flowers, a pretty accurate thrower. Nobody was really open downfield on that. That pressure is breaking up all of his rhythm in the backfield.
Third down and 12 for Rigby, now from their own 22. Ball sitting between the hash marks. Twins right, single left on third and long. Rocky's showing pressure, man in motion. Benedict going from left to right. Flowers to throw, has some time, steps up in the pocket, delivers a strike, it's dropped. Hits Steffler right in the chest, and he couldn't hold on. It would have been a first down.
Oh, and that was a beautiful ball. Steffler settled into the zone. It was a little post curl, and he sat in between the defenders, and Flowers hit him, and ball went right through his hands. I get it. It's cold. Sometimes it hurts, but, boy, you got to catch that in a big game like this.
So it brings up a fourth down. Punt formation now for Rigby. Williams and Wilkie back deep to receive the punt. Wilkie to the right, Williams near side left. As Rigby getting set to punt this away with 4:52 to go in the third quarter. The punt is dropped. Rigby barely got it away. It's a short punt. Here comes a flag. It squabbles its way to midfield. 2 more flags now coming in at the 42, and more things to sort out here midway through the third.
Yeah, there's going to be – so first of all, we're going to have a roughing the kicker, but it was a bobbled kick. It was a bobbled snap. He didn't get it off cleanly, but it wasn't tipped. So as long as it's not tipped, you can still have the roughing the kicker. And then down here, it looks like it was a helmet-to-helmet contact on Rigby. Maybe it offsets and they have to repunt it.
That'd be a break for Rigby if they did. As the punt got dropped. Again, it's cold tonight. Not that it doesn't get cold in Rigby, but it's about 30 degrees here tonight. With some wind.
This is warm for Rigby.
Right.
Those kids over there, they're all short sleeves. Over on our sideline that we're looking at with these Rocky kids, they're all,
They're bundled up.
They're bundled up. We're joking. We're joking, folks.
So officials still sorting some things out. They sort it out. We'll tell you about Anytime Fitness. Anytime Fitness is Rigby's best 24-hour fitness center. Be sure to visit their location on Rigby Lake Drive to get started today. Go Trojans from everyone at Anytime Fitness. So here come the penalties. We have a blindside block on the return. And we have running into the kicker on Rigby. That one's declined.
Okay, so.
And then a blindside block on Rocky. That one going to be accepted from the end of the punt. So this is just basically going to result in a better punt for Rigby. So Rigby taking the blindside block penalty instead of having the ball midfield. It's going to push it all the way back to the 31.
And I don't really know how that works because I thought roughing the kicker. You know what? We just call the game.
All right.
I did not go to referee school, so I am not going to pretend to know how they sorted that one out.
3 flags were on the field, so a lot to sort out there for the officials. And the results, 1st and 10 for the Grizz at their own 31. Pistol set for Sweeney and company here on 1st and 10. They go to the ground, Williams trying to left side. Williams stopped right at the line of scrimmage. A host of Trojans there for the stop. No gain on 1st down.
And you can see the adjustment that Rigby made. They stacked the line of scrimmage, and then they did a slant shift on that. Everybody leaned. It was a stunt. I mean, it was not much of a stunt, but they all leaned inside and brought the backer from the outside to try and mitigate. Whew, I'm stumbling right now. To try and mitigate some of those run lanes for Art Williams that he's just been gashing them all night.
Approaching the 4-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter. Sweeney emptying the backfield by sending Williams in motion. All day to throw for Sweeney. Home run ball, far side of the field. Going up the ladder, it's incomplete. It was into double coverage, looking for Lucchini. And why not? Throw it up to your guy.
To your guy, your downfield threat, and let him go fight for it. Yeah, that one was just a not desperation. That's not the right term. That was just a, hey, we know we can move the ball on these guys. Let's see what we can get. I mean, he had fantastic pass protection back there. He has not seen the ground. He has not been sacked. He's rarely been pressured back there. That pocket was clean. He had a ton of time. Now, hand it to Rigby. They played great defense in the backfield, great coverage, and he had to give it the old college try, as they say, and push it downfield. It was broken up at the very end.
3rd and 10 from the 31. Ball in the right hash is Sweeney directing traffic in the gun. Man in motion from near to far side. Sweeney throwing. Dumps it out. Williams in the flat. Williams caught it, immediately popped and pushed out of bounds. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Big stop. Rigby answers the call. The Rigby defense answers the call. They came up big, and that was done by sound tackles and great defensive backfield play. That puts them in an opportunity to get the ball at decent field position. And this game could go down to the wire. We're just a 1 touchdown. There's just 1 touchdown separating us at this point.
Yeah, it's a 7-point game. 3:50 to go, 3rd quarter. Here comes punt formation for Rocky. Parker Graham, the punt returner for the Trojans, standing at his own 35. Snap, punt gets cleanly away. Graham's going to let this one bounce. It's a short punt at the 40. It's going to roll back inside the 30 down to the 28. So that's where Rigby will start their next possession. We want to thank Scotty's True Value and CarQuest. They're dedicated to providing you with great customer service and a wide variety of products unmatched to help take care of every hardware, automotive, or weekend project needs. They're located at 201 South State Street in beautiful downtown Rigby. You can give them a call at 208-745-6498 or visit them online at truevalue.com. Let them take care of you the hometown way. Scotty's True Value, a proud supporter of Rigby Athletics. Trojans starting this drive at their own 27. It's a screen, far side, caught, running up the numbers across the 30 down to the 31, a pickup of about 3. Benedict on the reception.
When your defense has such good speed like Rocky does, it's tough to beat them on the outside. And all those lateral passes, everything that's gone laterally, has not really done a lot. I mean, 4 or 5 yard gain on that one. But other than that, they can't move the ball very consistently. Down the field and right up the middle is where they've seen the most success.
2nd and 5 straight up the middle as they run up the far hash. And they're going to be a couple yards short of the 1st down on that 2nd down run. McCullough on the carry. 3rd and short. Rigby no huddle. They go back to the ground, and this is going to be close. I think they got it by about 1.5 yards. McCullough again.
Boy, they caught the Rocky defense on their heels as they were looking over to the sideline for the defensive call. They quick snapped it. Were able to pick up the 1st down.
So 1st and 10 for the Trojans at their own 39. Under 3 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Trips right for Flowers. Running back standing 2 is right. And some miscommunication on if they were going to pull it or not. Rocky stuffs it. They end up sticking to the ground. McCullough and Flowers not on the same page that time on what they wanted to do. And the Grizz stuff it for a gain of maybe half a yard.
Yeah, that was the read option again. Puts it in his belly. They approach the line of scrimmage. McCullough, though, he saw the defender getting penetration, and he started headed to the outside. Flowers is saying, well, hey, you got to take the ball if you're going to take it. Tough getting him the ball there for just a half-yardish pickup. Now they moved it back. 2-inch pickup.
Under 2 minutes now to play. 2nd down and 10. This is going to be a dump off to the back. Klinger, and he dropped it. Klinger couldn't hold on to it. Got popped at the 44. And a 3rd and 10 now coming up for the Trojans.
That was uncharacteristic. I don't see a lot of drops on any of the film. Rigby's pretty sure-handed. You see him making grabs. It was pretty uncharacteristic. That being said, there was a defender closing in on him and probably would have lit him up pretty nicely if he would have held on to the ball. For his sake, he's probably happy he didn't catch it.
3rd down and 9 is what they're calling it. And it's a long 9. Flowers getting to play from the far sideline now, directing traffic with his offensive lineman. Steps back into a shotgun. Here he goes. He's going to throw. Flowers steps up. Here's the deep ball down the far sideline. It's caught at the 39. Who else? Brady Packer.
Brady Packer, every time they've needed a huge catch, you see Flowers just dials in, just locks in on number 12, and somehow, some way, he finds a way to get open down the field. That one, the defender went to the ground, and it was a nice, easy grab for Brady to make the 1st down grab.
1st and 10 from the Rocky 38 now for the Trojans, trailing by 7, a minute and a half to go in the 3rd quarter. 3 receivers will be in the set. Here comes the read option. Believe that's McCullough up the middle, picks up about 3. Brings up a 2nd down. Peyton Klinger, actually the running back on the carry that time for Rigby.
Yes, offensive lineman a little slow getting up on that one, but Rigby answering the call, moving the ball down the field, and they needed this. You could just feel that they were going, hey, this could tip one way or another momentum-wise, but they've answered it, and they've showed cool under pressure. Flowers doesn't get flustered. He's been able to push the ball downfield and respond very nicely. I mean, it's a 1-score game.
Under a minute to play. On 2nd down, this pass is going to be incomplete coming to the near side. They're looking for Benedict, and here comes another 3rd down. 3rd and 8, 49 seconds to go. Ball at the 36 of Rocky.
Yeah, just 28 seconds left in the Meridian game. Mountain View just scored a touchdown. It's 34-10. Meridian's probably mad. They gave up more than their season average.
No kidding. Big 3rd and 8 coming up for Rigby. Flowers is going to keep it up the middle. He's popped right at the 35, well short of the 1st down. This might be go-for-it territory for Rigby in Rocky territory. It'll be a 4th and 7, maybe 6 or 7. 30 seconds to go. Clock is moving here in the 3rd quarter. Rigby's going to go for it.
Yeah, and you don't call a quarterback draw on 3rd down if you're not committed to going for it on 4th down.
4th and 6 from the 34. Clock down to 13 seconds. We'll see if they get the playoff. Clock now down to 10. Rigby now just kind of getting the play in from the sideline. Clock down to 4 seconds. 3-2, they get it off. Here's the 4th down. Over the middle, pass caught, 1st down. They go to Benedict, and he has a 1st down to the 25.
Ooh, big grab, and all he did is ran that little in route, that little slant, put the defender on his hip, and Flowers placed it perfectly where only he could handle it. And he held up tight on that because he got popped at the end, and on top of that, you have a good defensive back covering you like that. That's 4th down. That is pressure to make that grab. You don't make that grab. I mean, I'm not saying you're out of the game, but Rocky gets a good stop, goes down and scores, and you don't know what happens.
Yeah, 12 minutes is all what remains in this one. We move to the 4th quarter here on IdahoSports.com. Rocky Mountain holding on to a 7-point lead, but Rigby is driving. Just picking up a 4th down while we have a moment. I'll thank some of our local advertising partners. If you're an Idaho homeowner but have fallen behind on your mortgage because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the good news is help is available. The Idaho Homeowner Assistance Fund can help you get back on track. Check your eligibility and apply today at idahohousing.com/HAF. idahohousing.com/HAF or call 888-991-2166. Also thank Bob's Bicycles on Fairview in Boise, family-owned business since 1979. Their selection of mountain bikes, road bikes, BMX, cruisers, and comfort bikes, second to none. Whether online at bobsbicycles.com or on their showroom floor, Bob's Bicycles has the bike accessories and clothing to fit your needs. I'll tell you about it on the other side of this first down play. Swing pass, this is going to lose about 3. Swing pass went out to McCullough. Rocky was all over it. Bob's Bicycles also has in-store financing, 6 months and no interest. Stop by and say hi to Vern. Bob's Bicycles, serving Idaho for more than 40 years and proud supporters of Idaho student athletes.
Yeah, Rocky in Meridian, Idaho, is digging in right now, and you can see them quarter. It looks like they made some defensive adjustments. They now have 4 down linemen, 4 linemen, and they're rushing 4. They had been only rushing 3. It feels like they're trying to get pressure to disrupt any of those downfield throws.
Rigby going to try and end around now with Packer, and Packer not a whole lot of running room that time. He gets back to maybe the 26. Rigby ran that play from under center, and now another 3rd and long coming up, a 3rd and 14, 11 minutes to go.
Yeah, and again, some of that lateral stuff, moving side to side, we just have not seen the efficiency on offense for him there. As they ran that end around, they have had more success downfield and between the tackles. Expect something. Again, this is 2-down territory. You don't have to get it all on this play.
3rd down and 12 from the 26. Flowers in the gun, play action, he'll throw. Flowers looking long to the end zone. Pass is caught at the 5, and it's going to be a Rigby first down. 1st and goal coming up for the Trojans.
I have seen some of the most magnificent high school football grabs. That was a back shoulder throw. He jumped
50, up. 50-50 ball.
50-50 ball. He jumped up and he turned his back, landed on his back. He was completely parallel to the ground.
It does. Zach Hawes who came up with the catch. 1st and goal. Rigby goes back to the ground. They're about a yard short. McCullough on the carry. Rigby now going tempo. 10 minutes to go. No huddle again for the Trojans. McCullough the back again. They go back to McCullough. He's stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and goal coming up now.
Wow, and that was violent too. Cade Stedman and Parker Weatherly came in and just ate up the runner on that one. And like I said, it was violent the way they brought him down.
3rd down and goal. McCullough the deep back again. Rigby going under center with the receiver to each side. Single back formation. Straight ahead, Flowers on the keeper. Is he in?
There
yes.
It is.
Touchdown, Rigby.
Wow. Back and forth. Great drive by Rigby. Just when you thought their backs were against the wall, they came up big on 4th, 3rds, and 4th downs to keep the drive alive.
And that makes it 26-27.
Flowers showing us some of that downfield accuracy on some of those balls. He's done a good job of not putting it where the defenders can get the ball. Only his men have the chance to get the ball, and it has paid off.
Snap a little low on the extra point, but putting it through Witherspoon point after is good. He has missed one earlier today. This one true. And now we are tied at 27. The Steve's Hometown Dealerships are proud supporters of the Idaho High School Football State Playoffs. Steve's Hometown Toyota in Ontario, Hometown Motors in Weiser, and Steve's Hometown Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and Fruitland are just a short drive to savings from anywhere in the Treasure Valley. The Steve's Hometown Dealerships, where customer satisfaction is their #1 goal. Steve's is wishing the hometown team, in this case that is Rocky, the best of luck at state. And when you get that car dinged up, nobody wants or expects car accidents, but when they happen, since 1982, Mike's Midiger Auto Body has been there to take the stress out of the accident process. With a start-to-finish guarantee, they'll take care of all the insurance, restore your vehicle to pre-loss condition, and guarantee those repairs for as long as you own the car. Mike's Midiger Auto Body, 4660 Chinden Boulevard, You can visit them at BoiseAutobody.com. Mike Smittiger Auto Body, a proud supporter of Idaho high school student athletes.
This has the makings of one of the classics. One of the classics of Idaho high school football. Two heavyweights punching back and forth and finding each other's weaknesses. And they come back and they fix it, and then they go back again, back and forth. Absolutely fantastic football game.
9:25 to go. End over end kick. Here comes Wilkie from his own 6. Being patient, Wilkie now up to the 30, dropped at the 28. And, yeah, you're right. We have 9:19 to go. Here comes the Rocky offense back out onto the field. And you and I have done a decent amount of games this year. The vast majority of them have not been close. I texted you yesterday. I said, we're due.
We are due.
We're due.
We are due. And, boy, have we ask and you shall receive, as they say. You know, the Meridian Mountain View game went final 34-10. And that's a run-heavy team. So we have a whole quarter in front of us. The game started the exact same time.
Yeah, 9 minutes and change. First down, Williams lost the ball at the end of it. They're going to say he was down. That's going to be the correct call. Williams did lose the ball after he hit the turf, but not before picking up 7 yards.
And Art Williams on that one, he was expecting more contact, so he got low, was leaning forward. No contact came. I don't think anybody touched him. He tackled himself as he fell forward. And, again, the ground knocked the ball out. Ground cannot cause the fumble.
Second down and 3 now from the 36. Rocky on the right hash. That's going to be the near side. Pistol set for Sweeney. Play action. Sweeney near side, and this is going to be incomplete. Looking for Jacobson. Double coverage there for Rigby in coverage.
Yeah, we haven't seen that much all night. They've been man coverage, and they rotated the safety back on that. Now, Jacobson did get behind him. The ball was thrown a little short. It looks like there was a holding. Okay, an eligible receiver downfield. See, that usually happens with those RPOs, the run-pass options, because the offensive linemen are taught to hold their block for a moment and then move downfield because you get that 2.5-yard window to move downfield. But if you have a downfield play called, pass called, I don't see why you would get a illegal man downfield.
And timeout now for an injury out on the far side of the field. It's an injured Rigby Trojan.
It looks like he has cramps. I don't know how that's possible.
I don't think I've ever seen a cramp when it's this cold outside.
In the 20s, guy has a cramp. But you know what? He worked hard all game, okay? Give that man some pickle juice.
Yeah. Current temperature right now here in Meridian, 31 degrees.
Oof. There's been worse, right? Come on.
Yeah. For us in the valley, that's cold, especially for November. I mean, that's a below average temperature for us out here.
Yeah, and it's tough for us to complain because we had an absolutely gorgeous October. So if we do get, we're talking like above average and just stunningly beautiful October. So, we get a little cold weather in November, we're due. So, unfortunately, Rigby has to take advantage. Yeah. Has to go to this. They're probably thinking they're going to get some nice weather on this side of the state.
Set for play now. Second down and 8 for Rocky from their own 31. Pistol set for Sweeney. They go to the ground, swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage, going nowhere. The running back for the Grizz might have even lost a yard.
I didn't think I'd say this at this point, but I feel a little bit of a momentum shift. Rocky, their offense has stalled out a little bit at this point, and they haven't been able to really find something that was a go-to. That first drive was bang, 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 3 plays and a touchdown. Since then, they've been slogging around a little bit. I'd say look for Lucchini, something downfield. He has man-on-man coverage on the outside. There is one safety, but not high. There may be a little bit of opportunity to go downfield.
3rd and 8, Rocky is going to throw for it. They're going to dump it to Williams down the near sideline. Caught. He's out towards the 40. He might have a first down. It's close.
Ooh, the way they're marking it looks like he did pick it up. That's a huge first down. Art Williams catching the ball out of the backfield where generally he's been the runner. He slipped out and that was just thrown over the top. First down, Rocky.
It was just a running back check down. That's all that was, just dumping it off in the flat. Williams doing the rest. Williams has made his impact felt in this one. 1st and 10, Grizz at their own 39 now. Pistol set once again, receiver to each side. Back to Williams. They try the right side, has a hole across midfield. A flag, though, sitting back at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and the crowd knows it too. It was, gosh, that's a tough one because he tackled the man, but the man was going down. And but, you know, it's a hold, and there it was, and the penalty was called, and Rocky's going to have to overcome it.
So this is going to turn a 1st and 10 into about a 1st and 20, as holding is the call. Winner of this one taking on Meridian next weekend, probably on the blue.
It is on the blue.
It is on the blue.
It's on the blue.
Okay.
It's set in stone. As long as there was a team from the West in 5A, then it was going to be at the blue.
So winner
versus 4A, and then that's going to be Bishop Kelly from the Valley will go play Skyline over in Holt Arena.
That one probably going to be a Friday. We don't know if it's going to be a Friday or a Saturday yet here in 5A. 1st and 19. Sweeney all day to throw. Over the middle. Pass caught. Williams trying to find the sideline. Steps out of a tackle. Has a first down. Still on his feet to the 41. Art Williams has been a machine tonight.
Oh, he is well over, I think he's around 180 yards of all-purpose yards at this point. An interesting route because he ran a late drag route. He waited for all the other receivers to clear. He wasn't even the intended target. He came free at the end, and he just worked his way across the middle. Lucchini was the deep man, the first man through, and Tegan Sweeney just waited, and was able to hit him on the crossing route.
1st and 10, back to, you guessed it, Williams on the ground. This time he's to the 40, picks up about 3. Under 7 minutes to play now.
Yeah, going back to that previous play, they had 3 receivers on the near side. They all ran routes that were somewhat of a clearing route. It was a tiered tree is what you call it, tiered route. They had Lucchini deep, they had a middle man, and they had an underneath man. And then they had Art Williams cleaning up the rest. That play took so long, and he had so much time. He was able to catch his man, Art Williams, completely uncovered.
2nd and 8 from the Rigby 41. Ball in between the hash marks. Lucchini, man in motion, near side. Now he's going to reset at the line of scrimmage. Movement, here come the flags. Rocky's saying this one on Rigby, and it is.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting, and I've yet to figure out the formula for when you stop the play because you and I have done games where they've jumped off sides, got back, and there was no play, there was no flag. That time they jumped back, and the ball wasn't snapped, so I don't know the formula here.
Learned that at referee school.
Yes,
huh?
I did. Still haven't gone to referee school.
Be a 2nd and 3 now following the offsides penalty on Rigby. Ball at the 36 now of the Trojans. Rocky in the pistol set. Play action. Sweeney going up top. Pass caught. Jacobson to the 15.
Boy, and that was play action designed all the way for Jacobson. They were going to him come hell or high water. He had the man coverage matchup on the outside. Oh, wow.
This is coming back.
Again, that RPO.
Yeah, illegal man downfield is the call. Flag sitting back at the line of scrimmage. That's a biggie.
You know, maybe I was mistaken. Maybe that was a true RPO, and Tegan Sweeney read that and saw the man on the outside. But to me, that just looked like a design play action, one-man route, get it to him.
So now instead of a 1st and 10 from the 15, it's 2nd and 8 from the 41.
And ball bounces Rigby's way here.
3 receivers in the set on 2nd and 8. 5.5 to go in this one. They go to Williams up the middle. Williams not much. Picking up about 2 to the 40. A big 3rd down coming up. This probably 4-down territory for the Grizz.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is 4-down territory. You have to come up with a 7-yard play. Actually a 3-yard play and then a 4-yard play. But you have 2 plays to get this. And they consistently been giving the ball to Art Williams. I don't know how gassed he is at this point, but he's played such a huge role of the offense. He's got to be running a little bit low on fumes.
Under 5 minutes to play now. 3rd and 6 from the 39. Ball in between the hash marks as Sweeney puts a man in motion coming to the near side. Sweeney will throw. Here comes the pressure. Sweeney in trouble, dumps it off, and the pass is incomplete at the 40. Sweeney was drifting, looking like they might have been trying to set up a screen, but it didn't develop in time, and a 4th down coming up.
Yeah, Art Williams slipped out underneath, and you can see Sweeney saying, hey, get open, but there was a man spying on Art Williams, and the offensive line didn't get too far down the field. I also feel like they're a little gun-shy now, not wanting to get too far down the field for fear of another ineligible man downfield. So 4th down.
4th and 6 from the 39. 4:42 to go. Shotgun set for the Grizz. Twins right, single left. Williams to Sweeney's right. Sweeney to throw. Has some time. Sweeney delivering over the middle. Pass deflected and incomplete. Rigby comes up with the big stop. Reggie Groom in coverage, and the Trojans take over.
Fantastic defense on that. They blitzed on that. It was really well picked up. Art Williams picked up the man on the blitz. Sweeney had a ton of time, but nobody was open downfield. He had defenders running with all of his receivers, and he just tried to make a play out of nothing. He tried to put it in a tight window on that crossing route, and nothing was available.
So 1st and 10 now for Rigby with 4.5 minutes to go. Deadlocked at 27. A trip to the state championship game and a date with number 1 Meridian is on the line. Shotgun set for Flowers. They go to the ground on 1st down. And breaking free into the secondary, a 1st down and a lot more to the 40. McCullough, the running back, a big pickup for the Trojans.
Yeah, and he was all McCullough. They just gave the ball up the middle. He broke a couple of tackles, danced away from a few defenders, and just showed a quick burst. He's tough to bring down when he gets an open field.
Mark him out at the 41. 1st and 10 for the Trojans. McCullough, again the deep back in the pistol set. Twins left, single right as Flowers looks to the sideline to get the play. 4:29 left to play. Flowers will throw. Has time, delivering near side pass caught at the 30. Immediately dropped. And this is going to be another 1st down for Rigby. Steffler coming up with the reception.
Boy, this feels like Rigby playoff football right now. They do this every time. Hang around, and then at the end with these big games, find a way, showing good coaching, great discipline. That was a tough throw to the far sideline.
Approaching the 4-minute mark. 1st and 10 from the 30. Flowers under pressure, delivers a strike, it's another 1st down. And the receiver for Rigby, Zach Hawes, still injured. A Rocky defender is injured as well, so here come the medical staffs, but when we play again, it'll be a 1st down for Rigby.
Oh, yeah, Troy Wilkie came across and went low. It was a bigger man. You got to go low on that. Looks like Wilkie's going to be okay. Injured, it looks like his hand on that. And then the Rigby, do you have a number on that one?
I think that was Hawes.
Is that Hawes? Great grab. And that was a great throw. I mean, if we go back to the play on that, he came on a post. He was lined up in the slide. He came on a post. And Wilkie was the deep man, the deep safety on that. He had the coverage in that area. And they came up, and they were able to complete that. He hung on to the ball, too.
So they attend to the injured player. The Rocky player is up and looks like he's good to go. Rigby's player, however, still down on the field. So will they attend to him? We'll step aside. When we come back, 4:02 left to play. Deadlocked at 27. Rigby knocking on the door.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
So Cohen Peck was the injured Rigby Trojan. He is helped to the sideline. Another important tidbit off that play. Rocky called for a roughing the passer, so that vaults Rigby inside the 10, and it's 1st and goal.
Yeah, 1st and goal. And Rigby, I mean, you come up with, if you're Rigby, you want to bleed as much time as you can before you punch this in the end zone. And if you're Rocky, you say, you know what, either we stop you quick or we let you score quick, because we either need the time or we need time to go score.
Flowers rolling out to the right end zone. Touchdown.
And that was Brady Packer. Brady Packer's been huge all night. Clutch receptions, comes up with the leading touchdown. They just puts them in the lead now, puts Rigby in the lead. Game-changing touchdown, if you will, at this point.
Brady Packer, the short touchdown reception along the far sideline. Just ran a quick out, caught it, touchdown. Trojans now lead by 6. 3:40 left to go. Here comes the point after. Witherspoon has missed one earlier tonight. This one up and good.
Yeah, that quick out was easy. Flowers just rolled to his right. That's designed to only pick up 3 yards, right? That's all that play is designed to do. Your man just gets across the end zone, the line, and runs the quick out just barely into the end zone, was able to come up with that reception. But that's bigger than that. That shifts all the momentum to Rigby at this point. And Rocky, these last 3 drives, has not been very productive on offense, having not been able to move the ball. And when they have, they've been stalled out by penalties or drops here and there. At this point, it's Rigby's game to lose. That being said, 3 minutes and 40 seconds left, all 3 timeouts. Rocky, this is a normal drive. You got to come into this with a mentality. This is a normal drive. There's no urgency at this point. You have all the time in the world. Play Rocky football. Go down and get a Rocky score. Rigby on the other side, you have to dig in, do what you've been doing. They've been stacking the box a little bit more, trying to take the run away from Art Williams. And who knows, maybe they're a little creative on the kickoff right here.
Yeah, we've seen both teams get creative on the kickoffs here in the second half. It worked out for Rigby. It worked out for Rocky, backfired on Rigby. So the kicker Witherspoon teeing this one up just to the left of the X on the 40. Rocky still has all 3 timeouts. Rigby has 2. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left to play in regulation. Witherspoon's end over end kick going to be returnable for Wilkie. Here he comes from the 8. Wilkie steps out of a tackle and dropped at the 30.
70 yards to go. 3 minutes and 33 seconds left with 3 timeouts from the 30. A lot of threes in there.
Yeah, no kidding. Right. So like you said, if you're Rocky, put together a Rocky drive. Plenty of time for the Grizz.
Yeah, and stay disciplined on this one, right? If you're Rocky, say we don't need any holding penalties. We don't need anything stupid. Just play Rocky football, play clean, and you should be able to move the ball.
This drive starting at the 30. Twins to each side for Sweeney. Williams to Sweeney's left in the shotgun. Sweeney to throw. Has some time now running out of it. He's going to tuck it and run. Trying to go down the far side between the hash marks and is across the 35 to the 36.
Yeah, we haven't seen that much of that, of the Tegan Sweeney run game today. We've seen him do one quarterback keeper, maybe tuck the ball once or twice, but he is a threat out of the backfield. He does have good speed. At this point, it looks like he's trying to move the ball down the field, but if it's not there, tuck the ball and run.
2nd and 3 from the 37. 3:05 to go. Sweeney going to throw again. Sweeney over the middle, pass almost intercepted by Rigby. Jacobson dropped it. It may have been deflected. Zabe Falavai would have had 6 if he came up with it.
Yeah, and it looks like that's Falavai cramping up again in 31-degree weather.
Yeah. Well, Falavai jumped the route, and Jacobson still almost came up with the catch as they attend to Falavai's cramping up on that calf.
Yeah.
Drink more water, huh?
I guess. Tough to want to drink cold water in cold weather, but no, these guys are running hot. These are good athletes, well-trained, put a lot of effort in, and that's what happens. But back to that play, Jacobson actually looks like he had a chance to make the catch, and he turned his head right at the last second. I'm assuming the ball was tipped. That brings up a third down and short. I mean, obviously this is 2-down territory. You can't punt the ball and hope and pray that something happens. You technically could if you had with the timeouts, but with the way they have not been able to stop Rigby, the way Rocky has not been able to stop Rigby in the second half, at this point you got to go all for broke. This is it. This is the semifinal. Win or go home.
Yep. Rocky does have all 3 timeouts as they're still attending to foul by. He's sitting on his back at the 40, just stretching out a cramp for him.
You know, as I'm looking over some of these rosters and I'm seeing all the participation, the assistant coaches, you have running back coaches on both sides. These big programs. When I played, and no lie, we had 3 coaches. And there was a 4th guy that showed up every once in a while, and we were supposed to just do it all with that. And nowadays you look at these really good, successful programs, and they have very specialized coaches, and their groups and the teams run and go work with those coaches at every practice. You have safeties working on turning their hips, recognizing deep routes and how to pivot and get out there. You have linebackers just working on coming up, running backs on agility. These specialized coaches, and you just look at the progress of football here in the state of Idaho, and it is stepping up to the next level, and they are right there with a lot of the other schools around the country.
No, we didn't have when I played was TVs on the sideline.
Yeah, what is this?
We didn't have that. Rocky
No.
has that on their sideline.
And they have one over on Rigby, too.
Yeah. All right, so foul by back on the sideline. We're ready to go now. It's a 3rd and 3 from the 37. 3 minutes left to play. Sweeney in the shotgun. Williams standing to his right. Twins right, twins left. Man in motion, far side now coming to the near side. Makes trips to the right. Sweeney going to throw under pressure. Dumping this one to Williams in the flat. Williams in trouble. He's going to be pushed out. And it's going to be, at best, no gain. And he's going to lose a couple. Here comes a 4th down and 6 or 7.
Well, that was a tough route, and nothing developed. And it looked like there was a man spying Art Williams as he ran his route out of the backfield. And he covered it pretty well because he stayed back and then moved up once the ball was thrown. So it looked like to Tegan Sweeney, his man was wide open, but he moved downfield. The linebacker moved downfield to make the tackle for a loss of yardage.
4th and 6 from their own 34, and Rocky is going for it. Got to have it with 2:52 to go. The Grizz still with 3 timeouts in their pocket. Empty backfield for Sweeney. Rigby blitzes. Plenty of time. Pass over the middle. Caught. 1st down.
Huge reception. Fantastic read by Tegan Sweeney. Waited for his man to clear. The offensive line did a phenomenal job. He had all day in his backfield to look downfield, made a great completion.
Jared Ickaby came up with the big 4th down reception. He also has a touchdown reception tonight. And it's a fresh set of downs with 2.5 minutes to go at their own 47. The Grizz between the hash marks working from the shotgun. Twins left, twins right. Sweeney to throw. Here comes the pressure. Hit from the horn. The ball is loose. They say it's incomplete. Oh, that was close.
Boy, that looked very similar to the one in the first half, didn't it? When they called the fumble on that one. And just as I've been bragging all night about how clean his jersey has been, he gets hit from the blind side. And that was just an aggressive 4-man rush. And Rigby got to him.
That ball went laterally to the line of scrimmage.
Oof. That could have gone either way.
It could have. 2nd and 10 from the 47. 2:16 left to play. Rocky, a breath fresh of life here on 2nd down. Sweeney to throw. Home run ball. Near side. Lucchini got it at the 15. 2:09 to go. 1st and 10 Grizz from the 15.
Oh, Luke Lucchini, big plays, coming up with big grabs. That first half fumble, which I didn't think was a fumble, but first half fumble. After that, he has been fantastic. Has a touchdown, big plays. That is a huge chunk of yardage.
One-on-one coverage down the near sideline. Lucchini went up and got it. 1st and 10 from the 14. Under 2 minutes to play.
Look for Jacobson on the outside here. He has man coverage with a much smaller defender.
Sweeney, pistol set. 1st and 10, he's going to throw. Here comes the pressure. Sweeney, as he throws, it's incomplete. In and out of the hands of the receiver, Hatchett. And it's second down.
Yeah, there was a blitz from the backside that he didn't pick up, that wasn't picked up. He got bent backwards, and then his receiver got hit too. That was Luke Hanchett, who was going up for the ball. He got hit and bent backwards also. It's kind of a sloppy-looking play on that. Lucky nothing got tipped up for an interception.
Rigby dialed up the pressure that time. Hanchett couldn't come up with the reception. 2nd and 10 from the 14. 1:38 left to go. Rocky needs to put it in the paint. Emptying out the backfield. It's an empty set for Sweeney, a whistle, and a flag. False start coming up on the Grizz.
Yeah, they were feigning the blitz on the outside, and the offensive line and a couple of the players saw it too. Just a little too quick trying to pick up the blitz.
So it's going to be a 2nd and 15.
You know, and sometimes that's not too bad of a thing. If you have some speed or some deep threat type guys like Lucchini or Jacobson on the outside, it does give you a little bit more room to work with. I mean, you want to get as close as you can, but you got to look at the glass half full at this point. Yeah. It does allow you to open up a little bit more of your playbook.
2nd and 15 from the 19. 1:38 left to go. Rocky still with all 3 timeouts. Trips left on Sweeney. He's going to throw. Looking to the end zone. Jump ball deflected. It's intercepted, but a flag is in the end zone. And this one might be pass interference.
Yeah, they're going to get a pass interference call, and that was absolutely the right call. He came right back into him, did not give the man an opportunity to make the reception. But talk about pressure. We're at the end of the game. We have 1:31 left.
Yeah.
It's a touchdown separating these. You have the number 2 team driving against the number 3 team, and that's an automatic first down. You have a fresh set of downs.
And what a break for the Grizz there on that pass interference.
Huge break.
Because they were behind the sticks. It wipes out a Rigby interception.
Half the distance.
And it's not a first down. Still second down, but.
Okay.
So 2nd and 7, we'll call it. 2nd and 5 is what they put up. We'll go with that. 2nd and 5 from the 9. Pistol set, a receiver to each side. They go to the ground. Sweeney keeping it on the read option, wrapped up at the 10. 3rd down and 5 coming up.
Oh, fumble.
Oh, Rigby says they got it. They pour off the far sideline. It's Rigby football. Rocky comes off the sideline now, adamant that Williams was down. The officials are pointing at it's Rigby ball. Unreal.
Wow. He was down. His knee was on the ground. They're calling it Rigby football.
It's Rigby ball at the 9. Rocky's still with all 3 timeouts. 1:22 left up on the clock. Boy, that's a...
Wow, that's a morale breaker. I mean, you're driving. You're right there. You just come off a fresh, I guess it wasn't a fresh set of downs, but off the pass interference. Game's on the line. And somehow they stripped the ball away from Tegan Sweeney.
If only we had replay in
I
high
know,
school. Oh,
I
man,
know.
Rocky would love to take a look at it.
Boy, I'm taking a peek here next to the guy next to me. And one of the coaches, they have some film.
1st and 10 from the 9. 1:22 left to go. This might be ground and pound time. Rocky needs a 3 and out. They go on the run. And they're going to push the running back all the way back to the end zone. Forward progress. They stuffed it. Lucas McCullough, the running back, losing yardage. Here comes a timeout for Rocky. And it's going to be a 2nd down and 12.
2nd down 12 with 1:13 left. Not much you do. At this point, you've got to stop the run. Unless they kind of fool you on it, you've got to sell out to stop the run and don't let anything get deep behind you. But you've got to call. First down ends the game. Ball game over.
Right.
So you've got to do everything you can to prevent that. Do not let them slip away from you. Sure tackle. Hold on. And, boy, talk about a phenomenal football game back and forth. I mean, this is going down to the very end. This is what you want to see out of the number 2, number 3 teams in the state. Both of these are really well-coached football teams.
Now, here's an interesting caveat here. If you're Rigby, like you said, first down ends the game. Rocky's going to be selling out to stop the run. They have to. And then if they use all 3 of their time, they have 2 of them left now with 1:13 left to go in the game. So they could get the ball back with a minute-ish left. If Rigby throws it, you do risk stopping the clock. Rocky saves a timeout. But, like you said, you pick up a first down, and you're coming back here next weekend.
And you're coming back next weekend. Road Warriors.
2nd and 11. Ball at the 8. They go back on the ground. McCullough wrapped up again at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go. 3rd down coming up. Another timeout taken by Rocky. 1:07 left to go.
Yeah, and this is the down where you're going to see your scenario. Do they take the chance? The way their defense has been playing and having to move the ball, I run the ball. I don't want to take a risk of throwing an interception or anything like that. Rocky has shown they have great defense back. That being said, they've made some phenomenal clutch catches, Rigby has, and they have some great receivers that have done good jobs, and Flowers have put the ball. He has not thrown an interception all game either. Brady Packer I think he has 4 first downs on 3rd or 4th and longs. So there is that option. Conservatively, as a coach, like from a good coaching perspective, you want to punt. You run the ball here. Whatever happens, happens, and you want to punt the ball. And then you rely on your defense they don't have any timeouts. They've got to move the ball quick. Rocky, on the flip side, let's just say they get the ball back, and they get the ball back with 45, 50 seconds, something like that. They have downfield threats. Lucchini, Jacobson can go up over the top. He's a good athlete. There is a way for them to get in the end zone still.
So 3rd down and 9 from their own 10. Rigby coming out under center, I formation. Only
Watch out for
one
play
receiver in this set, yeah.
Play action. Watch out for play action, right? Okay, so now Rigby takes the timeout.
1:07 left to go before we decide who meets Meridian in the state championship game on the Blue next weekend.
Yeah, and I saw Rigby getting this far. I thought Rocky, pre-tournament pick was Rocky Meridian in the state championship, and you and I talked about it because they were going to be on opposite sides of the bracket. It doesn't matter. They both played their hearts out. Both of these teams are very, very worthy of playing in that state championship versus Meridian. They will have to face Meridian, but that being said, they are both worthy of being there. And hand it to Rigby. They've been on the road every single week of the playoffs.
They had to.
They had to. They didn't win their district. And to come in and do this and stay with it. And the thing is, they did it so methodically. There were times that I thought, boy, Rocky's going to blow this thing wide open. And they stuck with it. Rigby stuck with their game plan, made the key plays, never panicked, just stayed with who they were within themselves and came up with some clutch plays.
1:07 left to go coming out of the timeout. It's a 3rd and 9 for Rigby. A first down will send the Trojans to the state championship. A stop will give Rocky another chance. It's a shotgun set this time for Flowers. He's going to throw, rolling right. Flowers throws, first down, Rigby! Sliding at the 30, the pass was caught by Packer, and the Trojans are on their way to the state championship game for the 4th year in a row.
Oh, Brady Packer did just exactly what you wanted him to do. He was on the far side. He ran a little bit of a delay in route. Flower scrambled. There was somewhat of a waggle to that side, just rolled to the pocket and hit his man wide open across the middle. Rocky sold out on the run. They had to do what they had to do. It's unfortunate, but boy, Rigby, gutsy win here in Meridian, Idaho tonight.
The Rigby Road Warriors now in victory formation. They take a knee with 35 seconds to go. It's going to be the 4th year in a row that the 5A state championship features these Trojans. And the clock now down to 20 seconds. The teams come off the sidelines. Rocky, what might be a dream season coming to an end on their home turf in the state semifinals. Clock now approaching triple zeros. The teams shaking hands at midfield. A classic here at Rocky tonight. And Rigby is going to win it 34-27.
Wow, what a finish, Lucas. What a finish. Fantastic football game. My heart goes out to these Rocky football players. This is seniors. They're playing their final game on this turf tonight, at the field tonight, and they played their hearts out. And just a gut-wrenching loss, but, you know, taking pride in knowing that they played versus a really, really good football team in these Rigby Trojans, number 2, number 3 in the state, and it showed it tonight.
Step aside here on IdahoSports.com. We'll award our player of the game during our post-game show presented by the Idaho Transportation Department and preview what we're going to see next week on the Blue. Rigby, Meridian. That's your 5A state championship game next weekend back after this.
Yeah, I know a little something about myths. Like the myth that speeding isn't dangerous. Oh, and that myth you can tailgate at a safe distance. Or that you could safely weave in and out of traffic. Don't be fooled by myths. You'll get yourself into a hairy situation. Stay focused on the road. Be a legend like me. Have you heard the one about Charlie over in Pay Lake?
Look at that. The unmistakable swagger of someone fully covered with health insurance through Your Health Idaho.
Health yeah!
Enroll by December 15th and you could qualify for quality health insurance starting at $0 a month.
Dear gas prices, go take a hike. Toyota is the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. Think you can stand in my way? We got this. Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
I am Kevin, and I'm from Idaho Falls. It's important for the disabled to be vaccinated because of COVID. I chose to be vaccinated because I didn't want to be sick or in the hospital. Getting the vaccination, my experience was painless and worth it. It was a very wise choice.
Taking the hard path isn't always easy. It takes courage and determination to do hard things. Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
You decide when. We'll show you how. Learn more at projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Hello?
I was in an accident.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I had my seatbelt on.
Go back to the post-game show here at Rocky Mountain High School in Dandy tonight on IdahoSports.com. Lucas Gephardt and Ryan Luke brought it to you live and free coverage here on IdahoSports.com. Your final score, Rigby. Boy, they just keep winning on the road. They win their second game over here in the Treasure Valley in consecutive weeks. They win this one 34-27, and they're going to have to come back to the Valley next weekend to beat the undisputed #1 team in the 5A land, the Meridian Warriors.
Yeah, Meridian Warriors. And this game, you know, this game featured a lot of what Rigby's made of, right? There's a lot of grit and a lot of good play calling, fantastic coaching, and adjustments. They adjusted. They found some things that they liked, some mismatches, maybe some matchup things that they saw, and they went with it to the end. Surprisingly enough, they only led in this game for 3 minutes and 34 seconds.
Yeah, you're
they
right.
only led in this game for 3 minutes and 34 seconds, and that's all it took to beat this really stout, phenomenal football team from Meridian, Idaho, this Rocky Mountain team. That being said, if we're looking forward to the next game, and we looked at the state championship game, this 5A game, they're going to be playing a very tough, well-built, and I'm going to say built because they've worked on this team for a few years now. This is the Meridian team. The Meridian Warriors have been put together over the last couple of years to culminate to this year for this championship run, so to speak.
Yeah. Rocky Mountain on the other side, this season coming to an end before they had hoped. This is a team that had state championship aspirations coming off that quarterfinals loss last year to Highland, this time losing in the semifinals to Rigby. Boy, Rigby has just been a pesky team for these Treasure Valley teams in the playoffs. They just keep going on. They had to go on the road because they didn't win their district. That doesn't mean that they're not one of the best teams in the 5A classification. And they come back over to the Valley 2 weeks in a row, knock off Eagle last week. They knock off Rocky tonight. And you couldn't have done it without our IdahoSports.com player of the game presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. Came up with a big catch to seal it at the end.
Yeah, fantastic catch, and did it all dang game long. I'd love to know the stats on him, and I don't have them in front of me, but that's with number 12, Brady Packer, the senior wide receiver from Rigby. He made catch after catch after catch, and they weren't just catches. They were difficult catches and timely catches and clutch catches. He did it double covered. He did it when there were men draped all over him, and he just held on to the ball. So he is the player of the game in my eyes, and I'm going to call him the IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department.
Yeah, you got it. There you go. So that's going to just about do it for us here tonight. A 5A Classic tonight from Rocky. Your final score, once again, Rigby 34, Rocky 27. This has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the 2022 Idaho High School State Football Playoffs. Tournament coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, the Idaho Transportation Department, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare. Also brought to you in part by Valleywide Cooperative and your local Toyota dealer. Want to also thank our power boosters tonight out of Rigby, Idaho Drug, Teton Auto Group, MVP Rentals, Eckerson Funeral Chapel, Anytime Fitness in Rigby, Upper Valley Orthopedics. Out of Rocky, here in Meridian, we have the College of Western Idaho, Meridian Plumbing, Beehive Credit Union, and Evade Pest Management. Local advertisers tonight out of Rocky, we have Bob's Bicycles, Steve's Hometown, Mike Mideker Auto Body, and out of Rigby, want to thank Liberty GMC, Fall River Propane, Idaho Drug, Jab Construction, and ProPete, as well as Taylor Chevrolet, Upper Valley Orthopedics, Scotty's True Value, Anytime Fitness, and Idaho Housing. Special thank to Troy Rice and the whole staff here at Rocky and their help getting these games broadcast to you, the viewer. Once again, your final score, Rigby 34, Rocky 27. The Trojans on to the state championship. The Road Warriors, they march on to the state championship for the 4th year in a row. For Ryan, Luke, and everyone behind the scenes here at IdahoSports.com, my name is Lucas Gephardt. We'll see you on the Blue next weekend.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com